get this thing right, above everything else, nothing else is more important than making sure we get securing our salvation. That's something you want to do. Make sure you secure yourself a resting place. In life, there's a lot of things you start looking at doing. And you're young, you can kind of be risky and invested in everything else you do. As you start to kind of see yourself tapering out, you start looking at family, trying to build a family and have some things and do some things. Then as you get that established, you start looking at, watching my family get older and myself getting older as well. You start looking at making more mature decisions, looking at it's time to start looking at making sure your insurance and things in order, making sure you got a barrier applied, and making sure things are kind of set up, and making sure where things are, letting them know where this is here, this is there, in case of this, to do this. Because it's just things you start to realize. Time is a factor, and it's something that people might try to run by and use die and everything else to try to escape it, to make it seem as though it's not, but it's there. Time is a factor, and things are changing, and you got to start to recognize the change of things, start looking at them. It's time to make preparation and get ready to move. With all the things we see that's going on out here in the world today, anybody got common sense can see it's time to make preparation. We got to move. Not from this physical building per se where we're sitting, but from that physical building that we inhabit in the flesh. It would be reckless. Turn me down just a little bit. Is it going out there too? Because it's echoing to me. But it's definitely something that you want to consider, you want to recognize, and don't wait till the last minute. Having a resting place for your soul is the most important thing you can do. The last thing you want to do is to moot, die, be murdered, be crucified, and then you still got to suffer after that. My goal is if I suffer him, I'm looking to reign with him later. But I can't have those expectations without some effort or work on my end, making sure I met some compliance and make sure I fulfill some obligations. And all of us, and we got obligations. And it's your goal to make sure you fulfill them and you obtain your salvation. And the book tells us that work out your own salvation. That's something, whatever choice people make for religious choices, you just got to be willing to die for it. That's just being honest. Whatever you believe, you're not willing to die for it. It's like, I wouldn't fool with it. Because, religion will kill you. It'll cost you. Every religion got some sacrifice in it. Don't believe people. It's something you got to give up, you got to do it, you got to commit to. If I'm going to give up something, I'm going to commit to something. I got to make sure at the end of the day, is it worth it? And for me, since death is something I can't escape, I definitely want to make sure I can make provision to be somewhere won't have to die again when I do. And that's why I'm here. That's why, I stay aligned with this doctrine. There's other doctrine, other teaching, and people got to be comfortable with it. But one thing about it, I ain't got to bother nobody about what they believe. I know what I believe. Shaul said that, and I'm persuaded he able to keep that which I commit against this day. A lot of folk that watch us, they talking around their mouth. I know you don't believe what you believe.
That's right.
Listen, everybody I don't believe nobody religion. I don't watch nobody. If I do, strike me down right now.
That's right.
I won't watch nobody I believe wasn't right.
No.
Strike me down right now.
Right.
It won't make absolutely no sense.
That's right.
That's contrary to what I teach.
That's right.
He said, any come on here and they don't bring this. I don't even receive it.
That's right.
And I definitely ain't finna bid you no congratulations and nothing else on it. He said, if I do, I'm partaker of what you do wrong.
That's right.
Ain't nobody watch me believe I teach wrong.
That's right.
If they do, they don't condemn themselves.
That's right.
You hear me? Yeah, I was watching some Hebrews like, yeah, they wrong. I was watching them. That tell you right there something wrong. I don't pay it no attention. I'm not interested. And I tell you, it's a lot of people out here that use the terminology of Hebrew, and that's what they know. And it's not every one of them. It's just unfortunate that some of our king and our coup, that try to have the mindset to moving to the Amant, the truth, have chosen some dangerous pathways. They put them in the religion, put them with guns, and tell them get ready to kill the white man, which is done. The white man done formed your religion. Yep. Everything these people got, the white man hand on. I don't know why these people. Listen, I understand. I'm not gonna say I don't understand the anger or the frustration. To tell you that is to be a lie. But we can't let our anger and our frustration push us into stupidity, and then we become unproductive. At the end of the day, what you teaching? See, I'm for the reestablishment of our people and the formulation of our people. I'm for re-educating our people, you know what I'm saying? Empowering our people. I'm for the whole line. I'm just not a believer we got to kill everybody in order for that to happen. I don't see the benefit, and we got to kill everybody for us to be somebody. It's impossible. There's nobody on that planet. China couldn't kill everybody in the world. These are countries with weapons and power. Listen, laws, they have an economy, they have a constitution, they got a spaceship, and they can't kill everybody. Russia, United States couldn't kill everybody. 200 niggas with the same color on finna go kill all white folk. Let's just do the science of this. The fact that you sit and you entertain this says something about your mind. That's not practical. I'm for the building up of our people. Now, we not the people. Now, I'm not for our people sitting around letting nobody put no hands on them. That's the wrong. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. I have not yet apprehended. So I wouldn't invite that to nobody and say, I want to just see what he had. I assure you that's going to be a bad move. But I am for the education of our people and the empowerment of our people. Y'all got it? I'm for the unifying of our people. And I think every race should have it. I was talking to Christian last night. I was telling him, for me, I think, the United States in these country, since everybody deals in every one of these countries, these regions, it makes sense to have a representative for everybody, for every one of these different ethnic groups, to make sure every ethnic group is properly being addressed and being cared for. If I want it for me, it's not fair to not want it for somebody else. Anything you want for you, why you wouldn't want it for nobody else? That's even with us. No, we want to be free. We want to be liberated. We want to be empowered. We want to have a voice. How you want to keep everybody else slave in bondage then? How you want to keep everybody else silent? Let people have a voice. They need to have a representative. I wouldn't be the person that best represent every Hispanic person, every Asian person, because there are things about your culture and things about you I wouldn't possibly know, that I wouldn't think twice about. It's not prejudice. It's not me willingly want to be ignorant. I got my own affairs. But if I know of something and it affects you and it's something that we're doing, myself or other nation, it will be to our advantage and it will be to your profitability to have someone that can inform and say, based on how we are in our culture and our religion, that's not conducive for us. So that's something that we can address. We can try to fix. You know what I'm saying? We can see what changes we can make so we can try to get as fair as we can. It's not possible to have everybody with the same equal, but we can play it. We can put things where there's a better playing field. And that's what I want for our people. I'm ready for our people having our own self. I'm for self-governing. I'm for self-policing, self-governing, self-education. I just am. It's too much information you can't get from their dictionary. It's too much information you can't get from their web. It's too many things that you don't know about yourself. And you need to know. Just like other races, they need to know about themselves too. It makes a difference. And you can see that's how you really measure whether or not you got progression or not. If you look at us, only thing we've done is what like the Indians did. They put them on the monkey suit. They gave them the Abraham Lincoln hat and set them down and took pictures with them. And what the Indians run. So don't let these clothes make a fool out your monkey. You're still a monkey. So don't look around and say you know what I'm saying, you gravitate to something because you put the monkeys. They put them suits on them and you look civilized. So I don't want to get myself tied in there. We need to be able to come back and reculture our people. You know what I'm saying? It's thing we need to come back and root ourselves back to. Too many people abandon the culture of the so-called Negro because we don't have one. Our culture deeper roots than collard greens. Everybody else got food that they can go back and it's been ancient. You know what I'm saying? We didn't grow up on no collard. I don't know where people get it from. Pig feet, collard green, and dressing. You can't make that in the Middle East. Where you getting this stuff from? But since you've been wiped out and you've been given something that they get, and fried chicken, let's be honest. What's the nigga national food? And pork. And pork is in soul food. I don't know how you attached it to us. See, these are bad connotations. That much that the Chinese would be offended if I went and tied them to tacos. Hello? I'm just being honest. Exactly. It's offensive. It's offensive to tell me that collard greens and chicken and cornbread is my national food. You know what I'm saying? These are things I had to scrap up and make up. And this is what you forced me with, so I've been doing it so long. So now my mind messed up. I think this is my national food. Hello? You reading your book, you don't even hear a whole lot about chicken. You know what's not eating a lot in the Middle East? Chicken. Most of them wouldn't even know that. They don't. You're not going to go in the Mediterranean market and find a bunch of chicken. It'll be a small portion. That's not what they're going to eat. We don't eat more goat, lamb, stuff of that sea, fish. But they give us this other stuff. We getting stuff that ain't getting antibiotics and stuff. The chicken get antibiotics. That's why our women sick. That's why little girls they get a period at 6 years old. See the steroid chicken, steroid accelerate. Ooh, she growing up so fast. Look at her getting a little hair on her vagina. She's 2 years old. All they doing, she got chicken milk. Chicken skin. That's all you give them the stuff. A lot of times we don't know why, and then it accelerates your growth. They look how big he is. Look at that boy. He gonna be a big old boy. Little baby, 1 year old, already 65 pounds. Because he on steroid chicken. Little girl, she already got boobs in the 3rd grade. You know what I'm saying? She passed her training, bro. And now we're trying to figure out, and then you got to look at what is it doing to our health overall. It is accelerating us quicker to blood pressure, because this is what they're looking at. It's taking too long for the so-called Negro to get blood pressure and diabetes. So I got to give him a food that enhances the growth of it. I give him hormones. Even checking now get boys, he look like he got boobs.
Yeah. Yep.
The girl getting a mustache.
Yep. Yep.
I'm purposely doing this. So now I can get her to buy the psychosis quicker that really God made a mistake. You see your mustache, you're supposed to be a boy. Look at the little boy, he got boobs. Boys don't have boobs, girls do. So now I can convince him of it better. See, these folk been practicing on it. That's why you guys come here. We can laugh and play about certain things. You can't play about the degradation of your people. You cannot play about it. White folks ain't gonna let me play with their future. They ain't gonna let me go get a little white boy, put him on the dress, little white girl, and dress up like a man. And they're not gonna let me medicate little white kids and educate white kids. They're gonna want a white teacher to educate white kids. They're gonna want a white person to educate them on white culture and white history. Why am I letting white people dress me, medicate me, and give me my history? They're gonna let me go to China and gonna make me a history teacher? Or the Chinese people? And I could be fluent in the information. It's not going to look good. And they're going to look at it, ain't prejudice, they're going to look at it just that we would rather someone look like us, educate us about us. Because there are some things that are going to be missing. There's some things you can't understand and you can't explain with the passion simply because you're not. I know these people, you go read a book and learn all you want to. It's things culturally you have to understand. Okay, now I understand that. We the only people do it. We'll get a black university and we'll have white teachers. That's just a straight dishonor to them. They'll put a black, you might say, well, we got black professors in white school, and that nigga know to teach white stuff correctly too.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Let me say that don't make sense. Putting black people in white places. Who was cooking in the White House?
Niggas.
And that nigga know how to cook that food. Who was raising them white kids?
Niggas.
And that nigga ain't molested one of them kids, ain't beating one of them kids. Listen, that kid can disrespect them. They will jump on that kid and beat that kid disrespect their parents.
That's right.
So that's why you can put us anywhere. Ain't nobody gonna be no better police stuff for white people.
That's right.
Because we're over and above to prove to them, you gave me this opportunity, boss. I keep them niggas in line. I hurt them niggas. I shoot them niggas. I beat them niggas. So we got to get out of that mentality of destroying and hating one another. People, a lot of folks try to hate me. I ain't took nothing from these people. People owe me. I don't know why they hate me. I ain't trying to take nothing from nobody. That's a man. Why you want to hate somebody that ain't took nothing from you? That's the part they get. The folk that take from them, they don't hate them, they love them.
Right.
They worship them and serve their culture. I ain't crazy. I'm not the fall of you and your people. The fall of you and your people is your stupidity. The fall of me and my people is our stupidity. Y'all, first we would do. Secondly, when we learn we would do, at some point we should have changed it.
Come on. That's right.
At some point we should have changed and said enough is enough.
That's right.
It's just certain things. Let me tell you something. We got to get out talking to my lovely wife. Got me up to 2 minutes and 3 seconds.
Yes, sir.
She gonna try it today. I said, we won't try it. I said, at 2:30 I ain't gonna be able to make it. What y'all want to tell y'all now? Keep it real. Tell them business. But anyway, it's real imperative that we sit down and have a real conversation and get out of looking at certain things we say being apologetic so much. If I say, well, white people do such thing. If you're not the white person that do it, then don't take offense.
Right.
You take offense because either you or somebody close to you are doing it, and you take offense. I don't hate white people. I hate white wrong. I hate black wrong. I hate Asian wrong. I hate Hispanic wrong. I hate whatever your ethnicity. If it's wrong, I just hate it. I don't like it. And I don't have to agree to it, especially when it disenfranchises me. And you have that right. And we have to stop thinking we have to apologize or explain ourselves every time we speak. White people say stuff and they'll tell you, and it'd be directly racist, and it'll affect all of us. And they'll say, well, you know, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's their mouth, they can say it. I'm not looking at my mouth, I'm looking at our welfare. There's no one white person that can do something to all of us that will affect all white people. Y'all understand what I'm saying? There's no white person that can do nothing that will affect all white people. Kyrie shot a video. He forwarded a video. He posted a video and it'll affect black people. Now black people got to apologize to Jewish people, make them feel they part of us, and we had the same struggle and fight. Impossible. You never had the fight I had.
No, sir. No, sir.
You never had the fight I had. It's a lie. You never had the fight I had. Your fight was not the same fight that we had. I don't know how these people come. It's just crazy. It's crazy. These people are German. They can tell themselves they want to. You are German.
Yes,
They're German. They're Russians.
That's right.
They everything other than, and I'll never apologize to them for it. I want to explain myself. I'm a grown man. Well, I know like apologizing to another grown man about something I'm telling the truth. If I lied, if I've done something wrong, as a man, I owe you an apology. Right. That's part of being a man if I'm wrong. Right. I'm not going to apologize for being right. That's retarded. That's right. And what he said, Kyrie said, and Kyrie did what the average of us do when you make your money from these people. This how they bring you in and take your, this how they look at it. Now, before when they saw us, and only when they brought us into sports and brought us into these different avenues, entertainment, because they saw I can make money with you, but I need to control you. See, when earlier so-called Negroes joined and got into different things, they never looked at how much control they had actually given away. Because you signing paperwork. I'm going to give you an agent control. The agent worked for them. Agent work and negotiate on their part too. Because you ain't the only person I'm trying to get in here. They cut deals. The union do the same thing. People don't know. Union cut deals with those people. Let me tell you something. The railroad is getting ready to strike. Come next year. Y'all know that? They're not striking. They're not going to strike. They're not going to make sense. I'm going to tell why it don't make sense. Who know why it don't make sense? Good. That means y'all just follow. First of all, you have a Democratic president. Okay? You want to do it on a Republican. Because Democrats support unions. Union dues, if anybody here a member of a union? Anybody been a member of a union? And you pay union dues? Part of your union dues went to support the Democratic Party. I don't care if you was Republican. That's why a lot of white people want to join unions. Because they refuse to let money that they work, pay for, come out and go to a political party they don't support. So you'll look at, they just cracker racist, cracker just don't want to join the union. We have more strict union. Cracker look at, I ain't letting nobody take no money from me and put it to something I don't agree with. Right. You, on the other hand, they get my benefit, my retirement. They also hurt you. Yep. Even the union, listen, the unions are telling the people, they go and tell them, so, well, let's hold on, we negotiating right now. See, they don't look. A lot of people, they go to college, people don't know that. They don't know who's supporting you. They don't know. Those are democratically supported. They take your money and they give it to the Democrat Party. That's why they look at y'all niggas, they know you're a Democrat. Hello? That's right. I know. I mean, what? All these unions. So let me ask you something. So these unions this is what you guys say. So if all unions give a part of their money to the Democratic Party, what does the Democratic Party do for them? See, you just busy living and going. You don't ask the right questions. You don't ask the right questions. Why would they tell you that? When you had, how many of y'all been in union meetings? How many of y'all, okay, you remember the union said, so y'all know this year we finna give more money to the Democratic Party. Because people say, we giving what? My feel like, why are union dues going up? Because they need more hoes. They need to export more kids. So your union dues need to go up. They'll tell you your benefit, that's the benefit too, of what they allow you to do. Unions have a good part too, and they got a bad part. Unions originally came out because they were trying to give a working man a fair wage. These people were just giving you a wage. And they looked at with a union, we could come in, everybody stand together, and we could protest, we could boycott, we could walk out if you're not paid fairly. And it kept them where they had to raise your money up to be able to be competitive. Then you got the New York and all these places. Sorry, bastard won't work. It takes 10 of them to put a light bulb in, do one job and go home. And it's killing you. Listen, the unions destroyed Chrysler. They destroyed Ford. They destroyed GM. They destroyed. That's why they want to run them out. People thinking, don't crack on. No, niggas just sorry. Listen, I worked out there with them. They sorry. They drinking liquor, smoking weed, slitting mom liquor bull while they operate machinery right here at work. I'm talking this in here. I'm in here with them. I ain't talking about no video. I'm in here with them watching. Drinking on a forklift, driving backward, drinking moonshine. I was standing with the supervisor. I said, you see that? He said, you didn't see nothing. I said, you see? He said, you didn't see nothing. Marijuana just blowing through the warehouse. They get paid Thursday. Marijuana just blowing. You working on cars. You putting cars together. People's lives. Had a car one time. When a car got a problem, it's new. You take it back to the dealer. Dealer couldn't figure out what's wrong with the car. Dealer got to call the manufacturer. Manufacturer try to walk through what's going on because they got the whole sketch of how the car works. Send the car in, get the car, drop it out. Bill can't send the transmission. Stupid hours, he drank it, he just threw the beer can in the transmission. 4 cars just rattling. The saying when you work at the deal, when you work for GM, Ford, you don't buy no car made on a Thursday. Thursday through the weekend, you don't buy no car. Not from them. You want to know? See, people that know, we don't. What day they car was made? They don't want it. Get your Tuesday or Wednesday. They that bad because they hot. Listen, you get your check Thursday. These jokers getting hot. They getting drunk. Man, there's more dope passing through him. You know what you don't ever find I do? You don't ever find the feds go through and bust all these people. And when they get them, listen, I work with these guys. Guy got out of jail, been in jail, in prison 8 years, get out, still got their job.
Yep, that's true.
I work with them. You said, you're like, what happened? You're like, they were like, yeah, he been before, he was gone for 8 years. I was saying, 8 years? You did 8 years in what? In prison? Still got their job. Time start back up. Ain't lost no time. Right. 5 year prison, you still keep your time. Right. Man, it was so bad, them guys could miss right up to almost 1 day from a year before you could fire them. It's terrible. That's why you want to know why you're paying so much for cars. Because it ain't the good people, it's the bad people. Because union got a good point to some part of it, but it's the people that take advantage of the system. Just like for us, our situation, what we do, there's always people going to take advantage of the system. When you try to advance our people, if people going to use it to make us look bad. And see, we got to be the people that say, when you make us look bad, we're going to point you out. And we're going to separate from you. We got to make sure every one of our people become productive. You're going to be connected. Nobody get no free pass. Our older people, I'm for early retirement. Take care of them. That's your history. We need to do that. We got to let our young people know, once you reach a certain age, listen, that's on us. You carried us to that point, that's on us. We got to get our kids back there. Accountability. Listen, I take care of you for 18 years, 22 years, 25, 26, 30 years. And by that time, I might be 50-something, 60-something years. I can't get 30 years back. I can't get nothing back. That's bad. See, when people had children years before, it wasn't out of just love. It was for you had a field, you had all that. You needed help. You need hands out there working. There were a lot of kids looked at they wouldn't leave early because they looked at daddy getting old and need help. Mama around house. See, back then you had that connection. It was. I had a cousin. She stayed in the country. My granddaddy died. When everybody left and went, she stayed right there with her. He was old. It was daddy. He was still getting around. She stayed there until he died. They had that connection. The older people had that connection. You stay there with that daddy. That's mama. You take care of him. You don't die. First thing we do, daddy call. Yeah, daddy finna die. Daddy just drunk something. He choked. Or fifth bone got in his throat. Yeah, but you can say he leaving him. These jokers, listen, these kids ready to kill you and get rid of you. We don't have that connection anymore to stay with, to try to help, to take care of. Everything we got is throw away and get rid of so we can live our life. And you don't realize, go ahead and live your life. You'll be old soon. Everything you do coming right back around. And hopefully, not hopefully, my desire, the same thing, you get it back. You don't take care of you, let it come back to you. But see, because now you start, white people used to be known for that. Years ago, let me tell you, white people used to be known for putting theirs in nursing home, getting rid of them. In the country you had them, they stayed home. Yep, true. Am I making this on content? That was it. Ain't something man, that was out of question talking about putting grandma in a nursing home. No. Folk they'll chip in, folk gonna do it. I think, Lil, what you say, your grandmama, how old is it now? How old is she? 95. Is she in a nursing home? No, sir. Look, he said, mom don't go stay one night, somebody go stay. That's what they gotta do. That's what they learn how to do. You don't throw 95 years away, put 94 years away. That's knowledge we need to get. Yes, before she get, you can pass it on and you tell it to the next Tula dog. But see, they don't taught her throw away, get rid of them. Because you listen, you young, you got to live your life. You got to get out of hand. They say, go on and live your life. No. We need to let them know somebody still care about you and keep you around. Yes, y'all see the older crap. They did it to Joe Biden. Right. Anybody should have been there. That battle should have been there. He was 20-something. He ain't just started forgetting. And the fact is, I'm saying they keep Trump, nursing home. All of them should have been in one. We see how white folk keep there together. They cheer them on. Listen, 4 more years. Let me see. Biden 80. We got 2 more years, 3 years before you actually walk in. Because you can't walk in to 25. Trump going to be 80. You tell me he going to be competent? In 3 more years he going to be 80? He already a nutcase. I'm trying to tell you, white America, this is the best they got. And the bad part of it with my men, y'all don't even see no good in yourself. When you show me an 80 decrepit, 80-year-old white man who stand on stage 3 seconds, don't remember how he got up there. This the best you got? Man, stop it. I'm like Jack Jones. He'd have beat them white boys in the ring. He the NFL. He said, this your champion. Jack Jones, you'd have talked to him. We beat him up. Beat him, listen, beat them crackers down right there in the ring and tell the white folk, this your champion. This your champion. I don't even respect them. Now, when white man, they ain't got a young white boy doing nothing. These are the two crackers you put on the stage. This the best they got. And you have the nerve to feel inferior to them? That's what got them. You feel bad about yourself. You lower, domesticate yourself because of your oppressor. All he do is inspire me to get better. Hate don't hurt me. Hate build me up. That stuff don't move me. It don't make me stop doing nothing. I just keep pushing harder. I assure you, that stuff don't bother me. I hate you. Suck that thing in. That come with life. Listen, you know why I don't mind it? Because that just show you I'm doing something. I guarantee nobody hate me. If I was sitting down and wasn't doing nothing, they'd love me. It's the fact I keep moving. I make it hard on a man. I make it hard on a young man and an old man. So I don't blame them. If I was doing, I hate me too. So you got to stop letting people get in your head and people push you back. Because you motivated to do something and you're going to feel less of yourself. These white folks, they have nobody in the white race. This is what the white folks will tell you. We know it here. This is what they say. And other white people have been insulted. Why do we have these two old decrepit crackers up here? They outdated and antiquated. It makes no sense to keep putting these same tired ass white boys up here. They're insulting the whole white race. Okay. That's why y'all at. That's why it meant much time we'll let Mike Tyson get up and be our English teacher. We can't use them now. I would not that. I said, Mike, I'll put you somewhere not there, Mike. Not there. Isn't that right? If it one of them white boy needed boot hole ate out, there you go, Mike. Mike told her that. Mike told her, I make you love me, you faggot. I get you in my cell, I make you love me all night long. You homosexual? I'm sitting up and saying. I'm confused, Mike. What happened? You faggot, you sissy. Oh, I get you in my cell, I'm gonna love you all night long. That's when my love for Mike Tyson left. I said, I heard enough. That thing made me up so bad. I heard a man, I said, you offered to do what to him, man? Y'all ever seen that video? Yeah. We can't watch it now. We can't watch it. Yeah, we can't watch that. I saw that thing. That thing hurt me so bad, man. I heard that man. I come to he told he wouldn't stop. I'm like, you really want to get this man behind for real? You ain't gonna stop. I see. I stopped being a Mike fan. See, because this is what I look at. You know, now everybody do. You know, they say he's still my man. No, he can't be mad. Because this is what we got to stop. We got to stop liking people or stop supporting people when they see they do things that's disrespectful, that's hurtful to us. There's other people that watching you as well. And what you're projecting, what you're putting out is detrimental to our race. If nothing else, some people should have pulled him after and gotten with him, and Mike should have looked at it and considered. He came back and said, I want to apologize. Out of anger, frustration, I said, I shouldn't have said, and I definitely shouldn't have talked like that. And he should have admitted he was a homosexual. Because that's automatic. You should have admitted that. Because I don't know how stuff. Man, I'll get in your booty right now. Say, oh, man, hold on. I got mad. No, you ain't got mad. No. That don't even make sense. And you won't stop. It don't make sense. This is something you need to tell people. When I was in prison, I got a lot of booty. Tell her what's going on. We say, okay. And then we know you sick. So you sick and then apologize. I shouldn't have came out that way. I could have respected them better on that end. I still can't like you no more as a boxer, but I can say I appreciate the fact that you were honest. We have to start teaching our people to take accountability for things. Look at things we do that become detrimental to our race. We got too many people that look like us that hurt us. There's too many people that look like us have hurt us, and they left us out. Just like Kyrie, you got who is that? The group that's out there supporting who? United Christ Hebrew Jesus. Israel, I don't know how you do all that, but Israel United Christ Jesus. And they out there, and them guys out there hollering and screaming for him and doing it. And there's no doubt they came out with a good intent of, look at, we're going to come and support. And Kyrie looking at y'all doing more hurt and detriment to me. Being here, because I already had to apologize. They already don't want me here. I lost contract, and I'm trying to move away from that situation. And that's what you got to start looking at when you make comments. And all y'all young people, you make comments or you sign something, you post something, you got to be willing to realize how far you got to go. If you don't believe it, don't do it. He didn't believe what he did. He looked at because he believed it. If he believed, he sent it because he believed it at the time. But he could see, well, they show you, I can force you out your belief. I could have sold out and been monetized and had 300,000-400,000 views in months and everything like that. But I like my butthole closed. I just be honest. I ain't got time to be walking turds just falling out my booty. Blue just falling out. What's wrong? Then you know what's wrong. Don't just fall out. You know what's wrong.
That's right.
I done sold that ice. I done sold that ice. And I just like being a man. I just like being a man. It's just better. It's just easy. Just go ahead and just be a man and just feel good about yourself. Just realize there's a lot of stuff you can do, but I got integrity.
That's right.
Oh, there's a lot on hating, but I got integrity. They don't like it. They hey, get it. All you gotta do is you get you something too.
That's right.
Take your time. You ain't gotta run behind everything these people got. Just be a man. Just take your time, learn, make mistakes. I made a mistake, I do that. Come on back, correct it, start doing the right thing. Start looking at your decision making. Don't look like it's not something you can't do. You guys, I told y'all, Akeem, plenty of times. Y'all had the ability to do a whole lot more than what you do. It's just you just walk in too much fear of these people. You do. You walk in too much fear, and you want these people admiration. You want acceptance of these people. If I don't accept myself, I can't expect nobody else to do it. I had to accept myself. When I see another person, I don't look at a white man and say, "Oh, I see a white man, he inferior to me." I don't have to downgrade him for me to be better by myself. I'm past it. You know how people say, "When you see a white man, you say, you know what, you less than me. You ain't nothing but that." Why do I have to destroy this man for me to be somebody?
That's right.
That don't make no sense. I'm just being the stuff we've been taught. Why? Why does he have to be less of a man for me to be? That's the tactic he used on me.
That's right.
You hear me, boy, nigga, jigaboo, coon, because he has an inferiority problem.
That's right.
Nobody don't have to downgrade and come. Can you kind of calm down for being so much man? You cause me problem. You ain't causing me no problem. That's you. I'm still me. We got to get out of that stuff, thinking we got to downgrade every other race in order for you to be somebody. Like women, look at that hoe, look at that slut. Why she got to be a hoe and a slut? Why you just can't be who you supposed to be? Because they teach her that we'll waste the time on each other, tearing and killing each other down, and we never advancing. It'd be different if I tore you down, you punk nigga, and then, like what I'm saying, I'm getting more money just jumping in my pocket, more opportunities coming, more women coming, ain't nothing happening. So I need to just use the energy to do something else. If you think about it, we wasted a lot of energy destroying and tearing ourselves down with each other. We wasted a lot of energy tearing these people down. If we just took that same money, effort, time, we could have been built ourselves and been a nation. That's what I'm offering the so-called Negro. Let's take that energy and time that we took to run each other down, hate each other, mistreat and misjudge each other, and kill every other race, and let's just kill out the stupidity. Let's kill out the time wasting we've done, and let's really establish something for ourselves. I'm going to believe we can do it. I'm in process. I ain't gonna just. I'm talking now. I assure you, I'm working behind the scenes. I'm working. Gotta work. I believe in our people. I believe what we can do. I just believe our people just need a chance. Everything that people look like it's impossible, unimaginable, I don't see it that way. I just see it. You just got to get people the right message. You just got to reach the right group of people and just give them the right message and get people drop the fear. Nobody over nobody. Let's stop. Let's end that. Everybody, you just want to try to be over everybody. No, I'd rather you be over yourself. I'd rather you be your own man, you be your own woman, but we still got to unite to work to get somewhere first. Everybody let's all get up and let's all be chiefs. What's going to be the problem?
Ain't gonna get nothing accomplished.
Nothing accomplished. And first, we can't get started. First, we got to learn how to unite.
That's right.
Then we got to be able to give the people a voice. The people you're going to need the people. You don't need, the leaders is one thing, but the only reason the leaders will get the admiration is because of the followers of the people. So if you get the people on board and the people realize, I'm here because I have a stake in it. And I will do whatever it takes to protect my stake. That gives you a power right there. And they know I have a voice. I have an opinion. Y'all got it. I have a part in this. That makes a difference in the efforts you got to people. You just round up a bunch of people, run up here, and you jump on the stage and holler like Mike Tyson. I'm going to get y'all white people. I'm going to get you in the booty. I'm going to make you leave. Whoa, this the wrong. I wasn't supposed to be here. I didn't know there was a gay pride parade. People need to know what they're coming to. People need to know what's the agenda. What's the goal? So how do we move from here? I don't want to take us somewhere and we just talk. When I take us somewhere and we talk, that's what we're moving to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to just go nowhere and be talking. Then wait on them to tell me, call them like 5-6 months from then, and then they get back. By then, you been lost your attitude. You been lost the attitude. I got to wait on the election 2.5 more years. No. We gonna start early late. Cause other countries, they do it all the time. They do it out here. Somebody die somehow, or they unseat somebody. You know what they have created? They call a special election.
Yep.
That's what I'm calling for.
Yep.
Why would I wait 2 years? I got a problem today. In 2 years, I got to go to, how many of y'all, right now, if you had to pee, if you wait till we, wait till the poll till we go in November 2024, go and pee. Dead. kidney busted. My problem is as urgent today as a person that's got a piss who been holding for hours. I need relief today. I'm talking about more on, I need a special election.
Yes.
I don't need it no months down the road. Listen, I tell her, hey, we get on Haywood, and don't tell myself, we'll be like, hey, you know what, your attitude. You got to stop there. Your attitude, you're nasty, disrespectful. He said, change start. We said, we in Haywood. It starts today. We don't never get it. But he always suck us in on that. We in Haywood, it starts. He said, change starts today. We ain't seen it yet. But it's a good slogan. It make you feel. We're like, okay. Then we might throw something out there, Haywood. Just throw something out there insult. See when Haywood come back, we said, Haywood, you know what? You failed the test. We thought you were going to change. You know what I'm saying? He was like, well, all these tests, because we're trying to find out where you're at. We're trying to test it. See if you had your chain kicked in. Then he tell her, okay, try to get it starts today. So that's how we got to be. We got to get everything we're going to do. It starts that day we come talk to him. You can't walk to him with the option of, or the trust of, just let her know what you think. If we talk as a people, and we all have a consensus of majority saying what we're going to do, there are no will you please or consider this is what we're going to do. You can't go there. I can't put, okay, we've been doing that for 400 some years. How does it work? So I'm not, certain things off the table for me. I don't have no conversation about, can you look these over and tell us, and just get back whenever you get some time and tell us what you think. What you think? They're going to say, so first of all, you're acknowledging that I had to sign off on this. You're acknowledging you had to come see me.
Right.
You're acknowledging you need approval from me.
Right.
So how you think I'm going to handle you, nigga? No, I'm not with that. I'm not interested in no sit down and talking to white folk, at white folk what they think and how you feel. This is what we're going to be doing. We the people. Yeah. And we want to be recognized as a nation. We're getting rid of all them names too. We're gonna find us a new name. We're not taking on none of these names. We're not taking on none of these names. It's too many flaws with too many things. We got to create ourselves. We got to reestablish ourselves. Right. I like my Aubrey name, and I stay with Aubrey because it denotes the region. It denotes the behavior. Aubrey means the other side, crossover. That means I crossed over. I changed. That's what you used to do it. You ain't gonna believe it. I crossed over. Yeah. They can let these white folk and they can let them cross dress. Yeah. I can cross over. Yeah. Don't talk about you used to. I crossed over. Yeah. So I don't do that no more, and we're not doing that. I'll take Yehudi for myself, whatever other groups our people want to be named by, because everybody, because you have a dark human skin, don't make you the same. For me, I'm going to be Aubrey. Yeah, that's historically sound for me, and my religion is Yehudi. That's it. I'm Yehudi all day. Y'all hear me? Yeah. I'm Yehudi. Yeah. That's all too. I'm Yehudi. I ain't taking it. Now that me, everybody be what you want, and I ain't trying to force it on me. I'm not asking nobody else to be nothing else, but a lot of these other names and stuff they got, I look down, I could dispel every one of them they got. They don't have nothing to them. They don't have no substance to them. They really don't. They just made them up. So too much stuff these folks talking about, they really hadn't done no look at. They hadn't looked at this stuff. They just grab something out. All these niggas around here talking they Moors. I respect Maurice the cat better. It's terrible. Folks don't realize. See, let me tell you something. These folks, let me see. I think it's Enduin, and Exodum is the two. Exonym and Enduin. And how many of y'all don't know what that is? The X is out. Just like you got exit. Endo is what? Inside. That's good. That's good. The word Moors is exodism. Exodism. You understand what I'm telling you? You don't understand. He does. You don't understand. That means that's not a name they made up themselves. They got that name from white Christians. I can prove my facts. That stuff these niggas tell you they Moors. You got your name from white European Christians. You see, we need Hinduism, meaning this is something that we named ourselves. People actually came with their own name for their culture and their religion. Nigga is not Hinduism. We didn't come up with that among us. You got that from the Christians. You're European Christian. See, that makes a difference on how you activate and how you move, because it doesn't really denote you back to where you originated from. And we have to stop that. That's why you have no roots. You got to start changing this stuff that's happening. You don't realize things you think don't affect you, hurt you. All the niggas run around and pay, where they holler? Yeah, I'm a Moor. They don't even know they're talking about. Okay, Run on with it. They don't know where they talk. They don't know where they come from. They don't know they come from Morocco, Northern. They don't denote them back to their region, really where they at. Yeah, all they talk about the Moors. You know, the Moors went over in Spain and fought them in Spain. Okay. A lot of these regions already connected to North Africa. We lost a lot of these. Hannibal, different one. They went, they fought in these wars with these people. Our region stretched further than what you know. You just don't know it. Region stretched further. See, white people give you a map today, they done cut your landmark down. Most of y'all don't even know. Listen, here we go. Here we go. Let me see what it says. What's that, boy? You're fat. You're fat. Which is one of the sons of Noah, that they call Noah. Where he went to now? Isles of the Gentiles, which are other nations. See, what they taught us Gentiles are anything that's not operating. That wouldn't actually make sense when we learn that actually, when you look at what they call a Gentile, you look at Gui is a nation. We're Gui. This is a nation. He started formulating other nations because this man went out. Y'all got it? But make no mistake, Africa, the continent, and the region of the East went all the way over. That's why you'll see Turkey, Russia, all these people make a legion because the land, even from Turkey, their land went all the way over to Vienna. They went all the way over to the Balkans. All these places, the land actually stretched out. When white people, the Greeks and the Romans came in, they conquered you and pushed you back and cut your land size down. Now it looks like white people have had this all their life, and they hadn't. The Russians, all these places these folks got, these land connected to you. This is a part of the Middle East. When the Middle East meet and how they meet it, you ain't gonna believe who be there. Russia. All these places are there. Because even they know we connect. This was your land. This was your region. That's why what I expect when a white man who done took my land draw my map. Where my landmark at? Hold on, let me draw it up. Here it is. This show you right here what everybody got. Jelly, come on. How many of y'all go out there with the surveyor and you survey your stuff yourself? They come there knocking your tail, they survey, and they go out there and they put the laser and they put the mark and they come back and they let you know, we're done it, we'll send it to you in the mail. It'll be the county have it.
That's right.
You check behind them?
No.
Because you don't even know how to do it.
Don't know how to do it.
White people look in the air and tell you, he draw a squiggly line and say, that's how your land go like this right here.
Yep.
Only problem I got with your map, let me see. Flight hadn't been invented. I'm just curious how you could make a map of the whole world with an aerial view and there has never been flight. How can I make an aerial view of something and there's never, flight hadn't been invented. The maps that you got are not even accurate maps. They believe that the monks were the first people that actually came out with mapping and that they have more accurate maps. They never denote, they never acknowledge the monks and the maps that they drew out. They give you white people maps. White people drew out maps. White people gave you land. There's nowhere in the world you can sit in the air and you can see everybody land know how to draw a squiggly line. It's impossible. Y'all been on the plane. How many of y'all can look down there and how many of y'all been on a plane, you look down and you seen the land? You can fly over Atlanta, I put you in the air. You couldn't find downtown. You'd be looking at downtown, so it was trying to figure where stuck. How many of y'all on the plane, you look and you see you trying to figure, well, where this? But a white man can do it. He can get on a plane and fly and draw a squiggly line the whole time he's doing it, just like that, with like an etch a sketch. And land and said, this where everybody, it's scary. How many of y'all have been in the air and looked down, you can look and you like, you see, but you don't know what, how many of y'all done, how he do it, dang?
Don't make sense.
How he do that before flight was even invented? He make it up as he go, and guess what I do, and I follow. That's why your land got smaller. That's how you lost your plantation. The man himself come up and show you how he can take your stuff. He can walk through your stuff long enough for a period of time. He created a law in 7 years. You just lost that right away. If I come and I squat, he came up with squatters. Come sit on your property, sit there for a amount of time and take it. That's how he beat the Indians out. It's called squatting. Then he called you a squatter.
Yep.
That's what he did. He never came and sat in a land where nobody wasn't.
Nope.
How do you discover something and people are there? I discovered this right here. How I discovered she already sitting here? We're going to name this Tony. Because I discovered we're going to put a flag and I'm going to run this and rule. I'm going to write laws and a constitution for this. Because I alone have found and discovered this. Me and my people. That's retarded.
Yes.
That's where you live at. That's where you at. Time out for foolishness. I'm going to go back and show you how that's how that sound. I discovered that seat they were already sitting there. It's mine, and it should be named after me. Even though they were already there, that should be named because y'all seen me come over there and discover it. I came over there. I discovered that. Once I came over here and landed, that is named. I discovered that I'm responsible for that. Never even been there. Columbus. These folks are crazy. I mean, do you know how stupid you got to be that you sit here and you read about a man who never went somewhere and still get the credit for it? Never came. How does he get the discovery of it? You never even landed near there and you discovered it. And we celebrate discovery. How many more discoveries do you celebrate their lives? That's how detrimental, because now you got to ask yourself, if he lied about the country and discovering it, could he have lied about the people that first got him? Yep. Could he lie about or on the people that were him before he ever came? Yep. Because now our history was told that we were brought him. Yep. If you do the calculation and you do the ship size, you can't explain how you could bring no millions of black people over here on no ship. Now no wooden ship. Not hand pedal, not cross no Atlantic. It's impossible. By the time you get over there, you wore out. Them bucket shoes, cracker with them rubber shirt blowing their face with their wind and seagull pissing on them. When you get to Africa, you tired and you got off that ship and you came and you fought me. Just stop it. Just stop it. Africa, which is another name you got to just get rid of too. You can't use Africa. A lot of these names they gave you are bad. Phoenician, they got Phoenician names to them and other things. You start looking at stuff up. See the, what is it? P-H-A-R-I-K-A? Fraka? They call themselves. Fraka is the word they actually came up with that they try to make Africa from. You want to check that out because it deals with witches from God. That's why they'll tell you when you go there, it's amazing. What that Umar Johnson going to try to tell y'all where witchcraft came from, didn't it? Yeah. Where did you come from? That's amazing because the name actually denotes to it. They got it from white people. See, everything you got, white people name you. So you got to go to your original name so you'll see what your culture, your name really, and they'll try to tell you, Africa is what they tell you Africa means. Who? Lust. Dutch. One of them said, typically they try to tell her Africa means the motherland. The original name you had for Africa meant motherland. Hello? Keepalon is the name, or it means motherland. Y'all write it down. A-L. Just before they gave you Africa. A-L-K-E. B-U-L-A-N. A-L-K-E-B-U-L-A right now. And I ain't trying to fight the Moors or fight nobody else. Because at the end of the day, that's how you spell it. Abulan. And that's the original name, which means supposed to be the motherland, or what man derived from. But then he gave you the Africa that he actually changed to make the A-R. What is that? So what? I missed the K? A-L-K-E. K-E. I did say K-E, didn't it? Yeah, my mind. I was right. I think I started thinking about Johnny Gamble. K-E. A-L-K-E. I know I'm missing some of them. He could put it up there too. Whoo, turn that heat down. Go ahead and sign a cartel to Ross. So I don't want to hold y'all up that long. Y'all, come on. Let me drop that one too. They're going to sign it. Go ahead. Oh, yeah, wait for them to get fed. Go ahead. I said that? Mother of mankind, Al-Kebalon. Mother of mankind, or the Garden of Eden is what they try to say it is. Now, I don't buy into no Garden of Eden. I think they might look at it called a paradise because of the riches, the wealth of Africa. But see, you need to know that before they came up with the name Africa, what was it actually called before Al-Kebalon? And you need to know that about yourself. So the people call you Africa, they look at Africa, they actually denote Africa with witchcraft. That's what they actually named it. You're not supposed to know that, though. Because you start to deal with your Latin and your Romans and your Greeks come in. You got too many handlers. And all I'm trying to do is get everybody to take their hands off of you. That's just being honest. That's the only reason you're in the problem. Too many people handled you. So then a lot of you start going back to root your stuff back. You start to look at where things root back to, and you start to look at where things stem from, and you'll start looking at tell you the Latin and then the Greek. The Latin and the Greek are usually play around the same pronunciation of word, they just spell it differently. So both your handlers get them and keep playing with you. So you've been called so long, I am African, because that's what he touching. And he like to hear you say it, because he'll tell you he Afrikaner. Because Scipio was a Scipio Afrikaner. He named himself Afrikaner. And when they tell you Afrikaner, Afrikaner means from Africa. Now the white man told you that his name is witchcraft. He's a god of witches, and he named the land that because he know how he beat you. He seduced you, that's how he beat you. Now he make me name myself Africa, and I wonder why Africa is being destroyed, why Africa is being in ruins. We wondering why. He told you, why my people destroyed? Whoa! So if I call myself by something he had purposely set up and he took on and he gave me, and the name denotes to a god and a culture of witchcraft, then what do you think gonna happen to the land? What's gonna happen to the people in the land? That's why I'm frustrated. I'm tired. I'm just tired of how we treat it. We disrespect it. Nobody pay us no attention. And the reason why, because nobody wants to know the truth. Nobody told us the truth. Everybody tell a lie. Everybody just give us some and give us some white man potion story to everything we got. We got to go further than what he tells us. He leave you limited. So when I walk into the white man, I say, "Here, I'm African American." He said, "Okay, African American. You one of them witches over here." Look, think about it. What do they always put on Africa? Witchcraft. Witchcraft. But they'll tell you where it come from. And a whole lot of time you don't realize, they'll try to tell you, let me tell you what they'll do in school, hypothetically in school. Listen, you dummy, listen, you just dumb. You know they're going to pull me. They're going to pull me about that. They're going to say, you can't call her dumb and stupid. You will hurt her doing that. That was subconsciously, am I making this up right? You can call your kid dummy, you just dumb, you stupid. They're going to have a problem with this. Because they're going to say this can internally damage her. I can't be damaged with calling me a dumb, stupid nigga. Coon, monkey, ape. No damage done. But I could hurt her, scar her, but she don't even graduate. Mess up her whole future. Tell me lie won't hurt me. Insult me. Misrepresent me. And my culture. This not going to hurt me? This not going to damage me? That's all I'm trying to do. I want to empower y'all. I want to empower you. You have to look past his etymology. He'll just give you just enough. Please don't fall asleep, because the man know you. He know we watching. Yeah. I'm telling you, he know I'm watching. That's why I had to get past him. I told you before, I ain't never sold on that. He tell me. He's a liar. You trying to keep me down. Let me tell you what's a good show to watch. Who watched Andy Griffin? Andy Griffin. And, what you remember about Andy Griffin? Anybody? I'm just see what y'all. What? The jail. What about the jail?
Barney sitting there with the keys, and you being there, you just reach and let yourself in and out.
Right on the wall. Because they didn't see him as oldest no one a threat.
Right.
A man driving, walking drunk ain't a threat.
Right.
A man throwing rock through window trying to get a girl that won't choose ain't a threat when he's white. When I put a nigga in there, I take the key. I don't never want him to get out. I want him to stay there permanent. I get a white man. What he trying to tell you? The white man got to have a chance. He know where he need to go.
Yeah.
That man don't stay. He know how long. He ain't got to wait on no bondsman to come through and wait on to process him and that. Just get the kid and Omar. He's like, see y'all back here tomorrow night. Because he got a life. He need work relief program been in place. Well, come on, the white man, he need to be able to leave. He still got to go in his family and wife. He got to go to work. When he get out and get drunk, he'll come back there for his safety and put his set there. But he comes in with, get what, Boston? I can leave it any time. You can't. You got to be processed, wait, judge got to meet with you. But the person who locked him up was the judge and the jury. And the prosecutor.
Yes, sir.
And the parole. And the release. And the probation officer. See, they got a better opportunity you got. I'm trying to tell you that you watch these shows. I watched these shows growing up. You didn't watch them consciously. But it can be funny. See, I can't make a show like that for quote-unquote black people and show you in and out of jail with a kid. It's not practical. It was funny. It was practical, hilarious, and we watched it for years. And some people still watch the reruns. Okay, let's look at this. The man was locked up. How many times y'all see him in jail on the show? Anybody can give me just a roundabout number. How many times? You would think you've seen him in jail, different occasion. Just enough. Someone buku. Who said buku? You're right. So let's say 8 times. We know more than that. Probably 8 times. They got 3 strikes you out.
Yeah.
Even though it's a misdemeanor, it should have been a felony at least by the 3rd time. 3 strikes out they gave. But come on, 8 times. This ain't a felony. You never see him go to parole. He's on parole. You never see him go do probation. See, when you can get white comedy like that and it don't hurt nobody was hurt. Nobody was hurt. They'll do animal show. They'll show something. They'll put it out and say, listen, no animals were hurt during the filming of this show. Because I don't want you worried and thinking that something detrimental went on here. It was all safe and it was to everybody's welfare. They never put that up when you're arrested. They never put that up when you're convicted. They never put that up when you put out or you're evicted. You see what I'm saying? Nobody ever fights for your cause. Nobody don't look at you. Have to challenge these people on these things they show you. That's why white America is free to do what they do. And they don't feel like they owe you nothing. White people go to jail all the time. White people don't get the same punishment we get in jail.
That's right.
Let me tell you, okay. I've been locked up. Seen white boy, they sitting by themselves. White boy went in there. I watched, it might 2 or 3. They walked in, they walked straight back out. They ain't standing there. Okay, I'm telling you. He said, the guy said, what? He said, I ain't standing now. They're like, what? He said, I ain't standing on no. He said, I ain't standing on no kid. I ain't doing it. He said, you can put me. I ain't doing it. He told the guy, he said, go on now. That joker walked in now. He turned right back around and walked back out. He said, I ain't standing now. I said, trying to watch this stuff. How'd they go? I said, they told him flat. He said, I'm not standing. It was a black kid in there. They saying he was in that slave. He said, man, I said, they're bad. I'm like, what these people seen inside this house out to him? He in here asleep. So I got in the bed, he said, what them white boys say? I said, they said they weren't standing here with you. The nicest kids you ever want to see didn't say one, ain't jumped up, kept reading the Bible, everything. They walked straight and looked there and walked back out, say, standing there. So I stay on the floor. I ain't doing it. So I ain't standing there with him. I'm telling you, I ain't doing it. And that black guy said, right, he ain't putting no hand. He ain't telling they finna go in no hole. Not one thing happened to them. That was it. They charged. He said, I ain't doing it. Both of them. When the first one did it, the second one walked right back. He said, I ain't doing it. Didn't nobody grab him. He ain't called for no riot team. I watched it. I said, this is interesting how they finna go right here. That black boy ain't over here mouth. He ain't cussed them out. He ain't said, I run nothing. You gonna do what I tell you. He let them do exactly what they wanted to do. Black kid, nice kid you ever want to say. Never said, didn't you know what they call profanity? One cutter. He was in the bed asleep. When I heard it, I just knew he was like, he must have been cutting up. I'm like, this nigga must be off the chain in him. Absolutely not. Kid talking how he want to get his life right, stuff he want to do, and just talking about he get out when he want to help his mama out. His mama had a leg cut. I mean, the boy, I'm sitting here saying to myself, what? Because you hit it, you thinking, I'm going to go ahead and kill somebody. This going to be crazy. The boy in the bed asleep. When they saw that boy was black, they said, yeah, they walked right back out there. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. I ain't standing with him. Nobody did nothing. Wasn't no racial, culture class. Wasn't nothing. And I said it to say, this is the white life. This ain't for every one of them now. But pretty much, predominantly, they have a protective life. True. They work for it. If they go in, they got drug conviction, they're going to get in programs. You're going to get charged. When they charge them, they're going to charge them and send them to program for rehabilitation for help. You're going to get charged. It's going to be on your record at federal. They're going to work over to say, I'm going to sentence you to go to a rehab. Versus, I'm just going to charge you with a crime. See, they don't realize that the system is set up to protect whites. You don't have anything in place for you to recognize when you need help and when you need to be in jail. We need programs in places like that. And we could think, all them people that deserve it, listen, it's a lot of them, and a lot of them do need to be in jail. But it's a better way. The system need to be set up to really rehabilitate our people. The system need to be set up to punish those that punish. Child molesters, rapists, in this stuff that kidnap, robbing folks. No, we don't need you on the street. We don't need you on the, we just don't need you. Unless you can really show it that you know how to come out here and really work. Child molester, I don't know. I don't need you back on the street. I don't need you back on the street. But you talking about certain people we can, a drug dealer, we need to rehabilitate them. I'm not telling nobody to go and sell drugs. They're not no harmful thing. They're going to kill and hurt our people. We don't need them. I think people, you got the right, you want to go do something stupid, but we need to make you opt out. If you want to smoke oxycodone and take amphetamine, we ain't paying a damn dime for you. That's your choice. We ain't going to pay nothing. I won't pay a damn dime. You crawl to the hospital, I close the doors on you. That's how you break it. No, I'm not going to pay for that. That's you. Those are choices you make. I shouldn't have to pay for it. Why would I pay for you to sit here and you smoke something that you know is going to hurt you and going to kill you and you willingly took it? I shouldn't pay a dime. That's not my cost. That's how you punish that. Don't give them a dime. That bottom line. You see, what they do the wrong way. Why am I locking up the seller? I need to get the user. Listen. Okay, I lock up, she the drug dealer. This corner hot. Nobody's going to sell no more because everybody's scared. Well, I tell you what I do. Let me lock them users up. When them users start looking, they finna go to jail. Users don't want to go to jail. Get away from that. She'll stop selling dope. She'll have to get a job. Locking her up doesn't fix our problem. You got to punish the user. The user got to take responsibility. You go ahead and you smoking. I ain't paying a damn dime. The citizens ain't paying a dime for it. We ain't housing you. We ain't taking care of you, and we're not going to fix it. When enough of them see what happened to them, now you got to do it. That's your choice. When enough of the user get punished, I'm telling you, the dealers will stop. They don't want to stop drug dealing. I don't know why people keep thinking that. Listen, there's never been no war on crime. Stop it. There's never been a war on crime. It's not hard. They've done it before. They had to stop it. When you lock up users, then buyers can't sell it. They need customers. If the user, I catch her selling dope. The user getting back. No, I'm for you. Leave her. Otherwise, what you think her customer finna do? What they gonna do? Keep pulling up buying? They locking up us. I'm using them locking them up. You change that, guess what? You'll see less I'm gonna start using. The number's gonna start decreasing. As long as I'm locking up dealers a dime a dozen. As soon as I give her somebody else right back on the street. We did. I used to be on it. That's what you do. You don't stop because they lock up the deal. Somebody take that over. Somebody will pop right back out there and get it. So you keep facilitating bad behavior. We gotta learn how to address the problem. If we're gonna fix it, we gotta make sure our user know you ain't putting it on us. We're not paying for it. Y'all got it. We put opportunity change for rehab for those that want to change. Those you stay, you live with it. You can't carry everybody. You got to make people be punished for what they do. Listen, choices you make, you got to be willing to go all the way with them. Lock up the users, I guarantee you'll shut drugs down. Listen, when the cartel come on from Mexico with a truckload of what's that stuff, fentanyl, and ain't no user, what you gonna do with it? That's all I'm saying. You just made a wasted trip. And listen, I bet the border. Come on through. Don't even worry about it. I ain't gonna search it. Come on through. When you get here, ain't nobody to buy it. You leaving so soon, huh?
Yep. That's right.
Get the users. That's how they how white people give it. They say the users are victim. They got money. They buying it. That's crazy. How am I calling the user a victim? You're the reason why they doing it. The user why they shooting and killing each other, get them here to sell it to them. Get the user, I guarantee you it's cut down the dealers. They don't want to do that. They make every tab for what they got. All that stuff just retarded. It makes absolutely no sense. We're going to sell the sting, go for the deal. We're going to try to get to the big man. Leave them folks alone and get the user. That'll kill the big man. Them folks going to look at me, I got to get a job. Ain't nobody smoking this stuff. I'm telling you now, ain't nobody smoking this stuff. You'll go get a job. I'm telling you, you ain't going to make no money. You'll go get a job. You'll be right. I look at that nigga, gold all up, all that stuff on, right there in McDonald's. Be like, you that guy, you about to sell it dope. Yeah, I had to get a job. Them folks ain't using no more. They locking users up. I'm telling you, we can cut the numbers down, but they don't want to. They need it the way to get key. And we put our own selves in incarceration. This stuff is manufactured by white governments. Okay, all the governments manufacture it. It's impossible for niggas to put this stuff together. Because in order to do that, that means niggas is putting in Kroger's and Publix. That means they put it in Walmart. This stuff is coming from these legal stores. Y'all don't know, a lot of these stores already on camera. Walmart already agreed to pay so many hundreds of $1 million. You know that, don't you, Bison? Oh yeah, they just agreed to pay. Do you know what they finna pay $100-something million for a Boston? For their part in the fentanyl on the street. Look, let me stop lying. Look it up, boss. Y'all look it up. Let's make sure. How about we do that? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. When you seen a Walmart worker out there passing that dope out? Have y'all ever seen somebody with a Walmart vest on out there selling fentanyl? Why would Walmart be paying hundreds of millions of dollars for violation of this fentanyl getting on the street? Oh, what? Here I go lying again, Chris. Thank you for stopping my line. Walmart agreed. I know, but Chris, listen. Walmart, see, I had to give them a lower number, Chris. Make them feel better. Walmart agrees to pay $1 million. I missed, it's a 3 and a dot in front of it. $1 billion to settle opioid lawsuit? Yes, sir. I'm so confused. Yes, sir. How much opioid could you put on the street, Walmart, that you paid $3.1 billion in a fine? Yes, sir. How much could they have caught you distributing? Yes, guess what you don't read in that article? Walmart people handlers go to jail for fentanyl and opioid on the street. Y'all think that $3.1 billion gonna hurt Walmart? No. Guess where I put that at? Christmas. The Christmas nigga come put that back in here. And still dealing. And still dealing. And you know what? You feel better when you go down. All right. Oh, you got a little cough out. Yeah, you coughing a long time, ain't it? Merry Christmas, baby. Hang in now. But yeah, it's just out here. It's out here. But the thing is, when you look at it, these are the people that hurt you. Now, why they don't get the incarceration like they do these black kids and these Mexicans? Come on. Mexican come over the border, $3.1 billion in opioid. Is he just gonna make a payment settlement? See what I'm saying? This is why I try to show you how white America works. This is why you need to be conscious. Because this is here, this ain't all over your news. They always put aside, it pays so then it look like you justified. See, we punished you. You think Walmart paying listen, how many businesses can pay $3.1 billion and still be open? Very, very few. And listen, and don't hurt them. And stores stores should be closing down because you know what? You'll do it in payments. They'll do a judgment. You let the ad go, they can come right back and they can agree on a different settlement later. Let that ad roll. You need to believe it. How much money people done made? If I charge you, yes, sir. I can't hear. Get a mic so we can hear you. Hold on. Body said some BS. Let's see what them BS boss.
This is the bullery shenanigans that I'm talking about. Out of the settlement, $400 million going to the Native American tribes.
What happened now? Oh, listen.
Oh, I see that.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. The agreement followed a tentative deal announced this month by CVS and Walgreens, which are still being negotiated. If finalized, the total amount from the three giant pharmaceutical retailers would reach about $13.1 billion, including $400 million for Native American tribes. Now, well, let me tell you why it ain't no bull. Let me say this. That's not bull. And I'll tell you why. Now, I agree with you saying, but let me tell you why. Because they have somebody on the inside for them to argue their point, to look at, they use this on them. This the problem you got why you don't have representation. Now the problem is, see, had you had representation, Chris, somebody inside, the warlocks and all these people who not fighting for the issue realize they're purposely putting this stuff on our streets. Y'all don't know you see more CVS and more Walgreens everywhere on these corners, and you don't realize you thinking all the dealing going at the counter, it's still going out the back door. These people are boatloading there. You listen, FBI not stopping no trucks say Walmart. They're not stopping no trucks say Walgreens Pharmacy. They're not stopping them trucks that delivering this stuff. And these people are running this stuff, and some of it's not even making it to the store. It is hitting the street. And the only reason the government can charge them is because they found that they are liable. That means that the Native American it's been filtered into their neighborhoods, into their culture. That's the only way you can charge them $400 million. And the money needs to go to the people. Where's your money, Danny, where's your money at? For your people. You might not be you, but what about the people that are affected in your community, in your area? See, they have representation where someone has came to the table saying, no, you can't pay the federal government no fine. This month, certain amount of that money needs to be allotted to us. See, when they go to government and go to fine, that's whole money, Chris. They go out the back door. What you got for him, Boston?
Oh, we got another something.
Oh, okay. Let me say that. I never thought it was just them. I just showed you one. $13.4 billion. Though Walmart would pay less in its settlement than either Walgreens or CVS, it would dispense the money far faster, with the bulk going out within the first year and the remainder in the payments through. Now I ain't even read that. What I told y'all. In contrast, Walgreens is expected to pay $4.79 billion over 15 years to the states and local governments and $154.5 million to the tribes. CBS is expected to pay $4.9 billion to the states and municipality governments over the next 10 years and about $130 million to tribes. It's very possible. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to pay. Man, listen, man, listen. The alcohol, tobacco companies, everybody had to pay the Indians. They look at they responsible. You gave us alcohol and that got us off. We grew tobacco first and you took it from RG Run. All these folk paying. The problem is you can't substantiate your cause. Nobody fighting for you. Listen, this is what you holler. Reparation. Okay, reparation. For what? For slavery. When you been a slave? That ain't hard. When you was a slave? You wasn't. Exactly. So I'm agreeing to reparation. Bring me the people that was in slavery, and I'm gonna pay them. But see, you gotta know how to approach the matter with your reparation. You are the damage of slavery. You got what I'm saying? This is what happened, hypothetical, okay? Your mama pregnant with you, okay? I beat your mama, hurt your mama. I'm a guy got a lot of money, okay? Your mama wind up passing, you born, you get him. You find out there's some things that you occur and happen because of the effects of what I did to your mom. You have a right to sue me. That's the anger you got to use. I'm suing you for the effects of slavery. I'm part of the detriment of slavery. Y'all got it? So these people, see, that's why we sit out. This is why we got to talk. Because, see, if you don't approach it right, they're going to end your conversation as soon as it gets started. And you're going to be stuck with, let me go reconfigure. Go ahead, nigga, because I'm reconfiguring to get ready for when you come back. Because you can't come and approach it from the right manner. You're going to get stopped every time. Stop saying certain things, they're going to jam you up off the rip. Y'all got it. Nobody going to agree. You'll get black people say, ain't we slave today? She don't say, no, we ain't slave. Oh, so y'all ain't even together. Y'all should have talked about it before y'all came and ran up on me. See, that's why I said we need to talk. There need to be a consensus. And when we get there, don't let anybody have no other conversation. Don't have no, how your tires on your car? We're not talking about no tires on my car.
Right.
Don't have, because you're going to get pulled off if it be an issue.
Right.
I don't want to talk, I ain't come to talk about no tires.
Right.
Let's talk about what, there's a lot of different religions. I ain't here to talk, so I'm telling you, you can't go in with that. So all y'all believe the same thing. This is it. You cannot have another conversation. You cannot get distracted. That's how we get pulled off. Because once you get that going, so you the Jew boy. He said, no, I'm Christian. And the way he said, you said, well, so what's wrong being a Jew? He just sat back. Whole thing done turned on me. Look like y'all really need to get y'allself together for y'all come trying to talk to me. That's why I told you, you can't approach this man until you get your stuff together. You run him like, listen, this man is an orchestrator. He's a mastermind of what he done. Oh, yeah. This hadn't been a process been done in no 20 years. This man planned it before he brought you. He knew. Just the fact, it's one thing. I get you. I kidnap you. Boom, this on a whim. Right. Damn, this done went on too long. What I'm gonna do with this nigga now? I had the nigga for a week, Dave. I gotta feed this nigga. Which means, dang, you know how much plan I gotta have to keep you for 400 years? How far advanced I had to think before I got you? Right. And you still in that, it affects your kid, their kid. This ain't no, cause you the average kid now eventually realize, why you think they wind up killing the victim? Cause I done had you too long. I wasn't planning on keeping you for no month. I need to kill you to smoke. They don't even know why. See, they don't know why. They don't know why killer, kidnapper, get for and kill him. Because I didn't plan that for in advance. All I saw was getting you. I ain't realized as time go on, man, you a nuisance. I got to keep tying you up. I need to go do stuff. You hold me, then you tell me you got to pee. You got to eat. You need to go. Man, you sick. You take some medication. I got to kill you. So what did it tell you when he got you? What does it tell you? The reason when he got here, he didn't think, Dave, man, I wasn't planning on having no nigga this long. I need to kill all these niggas. What I'm gonna do with all these niggas? I planned the day way more in advance than just jumping here to Africa, grabbing you and bringing you here. And I'm finna jump up on a whim called nigga feeling good and run to this white man's face and tell him what we gonna do. And we ain't talking, we ain't planned it. Thank you. That's why we gotta do it that way. Because for every argument you come, he got one for you. Too many groups done already ran up with some of that argument. I can't use it. Like them folks went to Washington, D.C. You see they finna give us the check tomorrow. What you heard about that? What national news covered? You think he's stupid? You think Fox News didn't know? You think ABC didn't know? You think CNN didn't know they was up that day? You know how you think they didn't know? You think, oh, that because they don't look at social media. Let me see. You can follow us for the story. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok. You can follow. And I ain't know about this mark. And all of them had a consensus. Do not show it. Do not advertise it. And that's why, guess what? They will get nowhere. You can't do that. That's why we need to talk. We need to talk. Listen, I don't have a fight with no Moors. I don't have a fight with no Hebrew Israelite. Let's not go there. Let's look at the cause. You and I are being slaughtered every day through ignorance and misinformation. I've been given misinformation about you. You have misinformation about me. I have hate for you. You have hate. Let's sit down and talk and reason. Let's dissolve the hate. Let's not even try to make the religion end fit. Let's just deal with a common cause we have. We need fairness. Homosexual, straight, you need fairness. Black or white, whatever, we need fairness. Let's deal with the common cause. If we start on that, I want to get with you about the religion. We ain't gonna get nowhere. Because I assure you, I'm not moving from nothing I teach. So I don't even want to have that. I don't want you to waste your time. I'm gonna work here and I'm gonna kill Smith with kindness. Again, you're gonna kill time. You're not gonna convince me of nothing. Let's not even go there. Let's just deal with the issue at hand, liberation. Y'all got it? If you want to meet and kill white people, lose my number. Because you can go to jail. I want to move our people anyway. I want to put, no, I don't have time for that. That's your flight. It never worked. All these guys come, why am I going to tell white folks I'm coming to kill them? What white folks going to sit there and put their guns up, lay down on the ground, go ahead and kill me, nigga, for reparation? You ain't going, they make bullets. Them, they guns. Smith & Wesson ain't niggas. Colt ain't niggas. Glock ain't by niggas. These white guns. They ain't got no nigga gun. They pea shooters. Nigga ain't got no gun. Stop it. Killing them ain't gonna get. You have to have government. You got to have rules. First thing, stop being stupid. You have to have rules. Otherwise, you have a chaotic society. There has to be rules. There has to be regulation. There has to be enforcement. There has to be criminal. There has to be criminal charge. All this has to happen in order for you to keep a society, or keep a culture where it's vibrant and it's growth. Nature got rules and laws. Then how am I have one? I ain't gonna have them. Nature had rules and laws. If a mother bear a child and she don't take care of the child in the wilderness, in the wild, what's gonna happen to it? That's nature. You got to stay and you got to take care. You cross over to another predator territory and you shouldn't be there. And that predator, listen, that predator sent to let you know. That's your warning. Now you cross over, you get caught. What happened? That's nature. Those are the laws of nature. So you got to have laws with man. To govern man. Man needs laws to govern. I'm just saying we need laws that give equality and fairness to people. True. Y'all got it. And we don't, I'm past that. To say I've never had the feeling, or yes, they need to die. Yes, they need to be struck. I'll be lying to say I never had the feeling. But it's not, you got to get your mind onto where we have to all survive. Everybody just trying to survive. If you learn how to respect other people, things, and other people for who they are, and other people respect you, you can learn, you can exist with people. Yep. I can exist with you and not agree with what you do. And we still be, hey, somebody say, man, I still wear my pants, my booty down. Listen, no, I never don't agree. But if you ain't hurt nobody, you ain't putting your hand on nobody, you ain't molesting no kid, you ain't got no kid, at the end of the day, what you gonna do? I don't want my hair down to the ground. I'm not gonna do it. One thing, I'm bald head ain't gonna take. By the time it get there, the world gonna end, okay? Another reason, that's just not my cup of tea. But if you ain't hurting and taking them, that's your right. That's your expression of yourself. Give people their expression of themselves. Because I want somebody to respect mine. Respect me and my expression that don't hurt, take from you, disenfranchise you, do it to other people, and see can't we exist better. That's right. You ain't gonna, I ain't got to agree with, I don't like certain colors. But somebody else love them. What am I gonna do? Oh no, let's get a law, that color can't exist. Who are you? We got to learn how to live without taking away people expressing to be who they are. You have that right to be you as long as you ain't taking, hurting, and killing nobody else. What's wrong with that? Any group, all these black groups, everyone kill everybody. How you gonna kill everybody? You need to be dead. Come on, it's crazy. How you come up with the right to kill everybody? Because somebody don't agree with your religion. That's crazy. How Allah, he let all them people exist that didn't agree with our religion? Our religion. He realized you still got to learn how to exist. What if you carry yourself in such a way, in a manner, that you wind up attracting people and they see your light, your life, your light, and they draw to say, I'm curious about that. I'm interested about what you're doing. You got what I'm saying? Or I got people who don't, but they respect what I do. You got what I'm saying? You can get the respect and admiration of people by, I ain't got to kill you out or shut you down or burn your church. Like white people, they felt like churches was giving out information more than what they want. They burn them to the ground. What them niggas in our meeting for? Burn it to the ground. We can't have that. You can't destroy people for wanting to unite and unify and get themselves knowledge. And I refuse to do it to somebody else. And I refuse to let somebody do it to me. So what I'm saying I won't do nobody, I ain't gonna let nobody do it to me. Y'all got it? That's all you saying. I respect another man, right? If I'm coming to burn your house down, how you, oh, you wrong for trying to stop me from burning your house down. This is in defense. Then you gonna respect me when I'm in defense for my right and my liberties. That's it, man. Y'all young people country, y'all listen to what I'm saying? What y'all think about me, young people? What y'all think what I'm saying? Young people? Y'all think anything? Huh? You agree? What you think? They're listening. We got opinion. Can't say much. What you think?
Also agree.
You agree? What you think? Y'all agree? The reason why I ask y'all, I want you to have a mind. I want you to think. I want you to be a free thinker. I always look at when you join yourself, attach yourself to something, you want to know what your interest is. You need an interest in it. You need somebody to care about your welfare. Y'all got it. If you don't have a part, you ain't got it. Nobody care about your welfare. Why are you supporting it? That's why I'm looking at what America. America never had our best interest and our best welfare. The best way to have affected America was not to burn it down and kill it, but don't support it. You made people have to come back and meet you and have to give certain things to you culturally and have to bring things to your neighborhood and do things. They start to respect your dollar and they start to respect you. They never respect that. They don't respect our dollar. Because they look at the dollar you got, I put that in your pocket. So it's my dollar, even though it's in your pocket. They'll go to the Jewish people and respect them because they feel like it's their dollar. And they have the power and the right to give it to them or not to give it to them. You need that same access. You need people to respect you that same way. They need to respect you and they need to respect your dollar. That's it. They got to. You respect me and you respect what about me. Nobody go down to Jewish people make fun of them on Shabbat around their synagogue.
No.
They respect it. They don't agree. Either they shop. Right. They go in the crow, they cut the lights out on folk right out there. That side closed. They ain't even there. They can do what you want to do. People disrespect you in your face and when your back turned.
That's right.
All I'm telling you, why you can't get that same respect.
That's right.
To your face and behind your back. That's all I'm saying. It's just tired. It's time out for stupid. It's time out for dumb, ignorant marches that get us nowhere. I ain't mad at people that went and did the reparation more. I just think we should have talked more. The whole month before we went to Washington, for any Washington D.C., I definitely don't want to be the person. I don't, and I apologize if it sounds like I'm trying to trash them or run them down because at least they did something. I want to give credit to where credit due because we can't. Where we at right now? Let me say this. It's so bad with the situation with us, you just got to do something. So the effort that they put in to take that there and do that took a lot. It took a lot more than me standing here. It took a lot. I don't want to run them down or say that's what they want. The white press, what they want to use that. See, we don't. No, at least they went. At least they took a call. I would have just liked to see. Let's try to gather enough people. Let's try to sit down and reason together first, and we create a charter. Yeah. So when we go here, we have something. See, this is what people don't realize. Like, okay, see, when you're dealing with white people, you gotta know how you use paper. That's what we mess up at. You're talking. Anybody here rode a motorcycle? Ride 'em? Anybody know? You know about motorcycles. You can just start a club. You got to get a charter. You got to be recognized or go through somebody to do it. You see how white people keep, most of them don't know that. They don't know that. Most of y'all didn't know they did it. Me, you, some more just started riding and call ourselves something. Somebody going to stop and want to talk to us. Where your chart at? Who y'all under? See, stuff like that hurt you. See, when white people need folk ride, you don't ride, those people have a charter. They recognize. And see, this is the problem with us. You run up here and you ran your mouth. Exactly, who are you? See, this is how critiquing these crackers are on paperwork. And everything we want to do, we're going to jump, talk, and just run up here. You need paperwork. Most people didn't know that. They don't know. I know a lot. I just don't tell y'all everything I know. Because it's just better you think I'm stupid. How about that? I work better when people think I'm stupid, okay? You have to have paperwork when you go see the white people. When you start putting things into a format and you start putting things in a certain way for these people when they see it, they know now, I got to look at this different. They came in on a different tactic. So they should have discussed, we should have wrote things up, we should have prepared things, we should have discussed that. Now, everybody agreed, we got to do to him, we got to go with the majority. Put that on rule first. Listen, there's no way to get everybody here to agree, we got to go with majority. Once you get people to a consensus, let's go with court call. Let's go with, just a hypothetical. I want to go with everybody wear a ribbon. Okay, table that one. Let's deal with the cause. We don't, some stuff, if we don't have no ribbon, I'm going to be a part. You going to have people, you always got to have people with trifling, but we have to be able to say, to move her from that without disrespecting, because now what happened, I cut her down. You know what, you just damn stupid. Talking about a ribbon. Now, these group right here, this particular, you know what they're looking at? I don't want no part of this. Yep. Because I was going to say something, but he might put a hand in my face, call me stupid. If we can address it in a way to where it's not disrespectful, but we just get her to understand that's something that we can address. But let's try to deal with the core part. So she can look and say, okay, they didn't just altogether throw it away. They said, let's just go with the core issues right now. Get a consensus on that. These are things we'll write that down, have somebody put that down. That's something we'll come back and we'll look at. Let's get the core issues down. See, we got to even get that down before we address. Because you come down for that, I've been sick of your damn mouth. You don't raise your hand. This done went back. He got hit. Some guys with him, some folk like his family came. Now, no one said, and now, yo, they hot, they finna go. Because every time niggas get together, it's always something. They'll put people in the room that will do this. Okay, y'all don't, I got to tell y'all before we do it. I know what they gonna do. They did it to King. That's how they got the march tore up in Memphis. The feds purposely put two black guys there to start a riot. They caught them, boy. They told them that the white men got them and paid them to do that.
That's right.
They're gonna put people in the room to change the agenda.
Yep. That's right.
If you're not smart, you're gonna lose them. Yep. That's how they shot Malcolm. Yep. He jumped up and hit me when he said, brothers, what y'all doing, brother? That thing know what happened. Distraction. Now, what happened to the guy? What's the name of the guy that jumped up and they had the problem he was talking to? See? That was just a distraction. Once Malcolm got shot, you forgot all about that. They're going to stop us. See, the reason why they never stopped none of these guys marching, they already know off the rip, your stuff ain't gonna make it. You ain't talked to enough people, ain't enough consensus. You don't have nobody. You talking, you asking me. How much of a problem is it if you asking? How much of a problem is it if you asking? I ain't asking. I'm not asking. This is what we'll be doing. But you got to get people on board, and you got to get it. And it's going to be people, it's just going to be people just not going to agree. It's going to be people feel like we should do that. We got to come in with prayer. Let's pray. I tell you, just like they told me, everybody pray to your God. I ain't going to tell folks don't pray. That's what they did on the ship. Right. Let's do it. Everybody pray to your God. So we don't offend. Because once they can get it down, somebody start, our Father in heaven, oh, Jesus. Somebody start, I don't believe in Jesus. Now, see, no, we done lost the cause of the fight. So I got salam, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Allah Akbar, so ho, Ark the what? It's a Christmas prayer. They think of Ark the angel. No, Allah Akbar, they tell Elohim is, you know, so he's supposed to be great. So you cause too much problem. The best thing to do, everybody call on your Allah, call on your God. So it'd be no offense. If you start this stuff, I just feel better. We all hold hand, we do it. We do it, but everybody just pray to your God. Just pray. Let's stay with the core problem. Because you start this, you ain't going to get nowhere. That's what it hurt up. That hurt up with the NAACP when they started. They met in the church. See, certain places you put it, you don't cause a problem. Some people don't agree with religion. Then you got church without wall. Then you got women preachers come up. I feel like I need to lead the prayer. Women, you got to be able to. I'm just telling you how much work this is. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm telling you, people don't know. Listen. I think we're healthy people. I already know how they operate. I ain't no fool. I already know they're going to put people in, they're going to cause disruption, destruction. They'll get people, they're going to be, they won't there, and they're going to get the panel. You know, using the panel saying get the general, we probably need to hold off on that. You got to learn how to spot your people. That's just how it works. Listen, do y'all understand what a detriment is when you get people that look like us, that willing to unite and come together and don't fight and kill each other? Ready to raise up their own kids, get rid of welfare and government support and start supporting. Let me tell you something. This is a business, government welfare, okay? It's not a loss to the government. Damn welfare. No. Welfare people, help them. Welfare people get, let me see, Medicaid. Okay. Scientists need money in order to do experiment, and they need candidates. Where are these people coming from? There you go. Medicaid. Medicaid, Medicare. You go in, your doctor tell you, your doctor don't ask you. Your doctor schedules your appointment, your doctor give you your medication. The average person that's on Medicaid, that ain't every person. The average person, they're not people that are fluent in reading or know medical terminology. So you'll be given things. This data, this stuff recorded that this doctor would do, they would go back to scientists. Doctors don't go pick medication. Medications are given to them by pharmaceutical companies. Most of these people don't know this. They think the doctor reads and he knows every medication. No. He looks over, he had a book he used to read, he kept on him. Now he goes to a website. He can put in what he got and they'll subscribe, and they get him saying, this is what you want to use. Pharmaceutical company come to doctor office and meet with them. They get them dinners, they get them trips, they get them car, they get them boat, depend. You push this. So they come in and she tell me what she got going on. I got something right for you. I'm gonna get 2 milligrams of this right here. She gonna pay me, government gonna pay me, pharmaceutical company gonna pay me, and the scientist gonna pay me, cause I just got me another patient. Why y'all think I'm gonna keep all your medical records? That's scientific proof. I sent it back to them, they can see what they done, exactly what they wanted to do. See, I'm just talking too much. I'm talking too much. I'm trying to tell you, we gotta get out of the hands of these people. Y'all don't realize you've been experimenting with. How many y'all gonna get out in the Emory, the science lab, and let them do test you and see what you got? No. But you'll go to Emory, the hospital. Right. That's what I need. That's why I put the Emory, I put the clinic right here in the hospital, and I also got the experimental CDC right beside it. Right there. Yes, sir. Let me ask y'all a question. Anthrax, how I know that work? How I know coronavirus work? Smallpox. What am I testing on? Because I can use monkeys, but let's just be fair. Even your book told you all flesh. What it say? It's not the same flesh. There's a different flesh of a monkey, a bird, and of a man. So certain things will give me a kind of idea. I'll start there, but I just be honest with you. I really need a nigga to try this out. Yep. The easy way to get you to be a candidate is to get you to the doctor. See, y'all don't think that far in advance because you live in a world where you just feel like stuff just happened. Y'all don't think it's just odd that all these kids are getting sick. All kids. All of a sudden I know where, and all they've been clear saying, kids' immune system build up quicker, they recover quicker. Every damn time you look around, it's all kids. Let me tell you something. Y'all guys help beat every art they signed to put out. Do y'all know what crack with export alcohol? You supposed to get drunk, you want to have sex. You so drunk here, you go to sleep. Yep. Get drunk, still make a baby. Yes, sir. It came with crack cocaine. You got crack. Crack took away a man's desire and a woman's desire for sex. I saw a nigga there. Listen, hell, now a crackhead selling booty. Yep. You know at the front, don't call it selling booty. I'm just telling you, it was not designed for that. At first, it took the will away. You didn't want to have no sex. They want to smoke. They don't want. But then they look at around the money. I got to do what I got to do. So right, this ain't work. Then they pop up pregnant. The baby should have been deformed, and the baby ain't deformed. The baby come out healthy. Might have some look, some deficiency, but then the baby still come out where love to function and go and have more kids. This ain't working. So now I got to get into more of the inner saints, and I got to start attacking the kids earlier. Because you guys have outweighed everything we done tried. It hadn't worked on you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I can't afford the next experiment.
Right.
We can't afford the next experiment.
That's right.
It's imperative that we get people that look up, that know how to treat our condition, and not just from a scientific end. You need science so you know what not to do. Yeah. Science also keep record to show you where failures happen.
Right.
They kept you having to weigh your records of your failures.
That's right.
You need that. That's what they do. When they doing the experiment, well, I'm gonna repeat the same experiment. I failed on that one.
That's right.
You need that record book.
Yes, sir.
You out here just doing shit.
That's right. Yep.
And it's the same shit you keep failing because you ain't keeping your proper records.
That's right.
That's how they know what not to do again. It don't work.
Yep.
It don't work. I gotta move on. Sound like I might know something. I ain't stupid. I'm not stupid. I know how to do this. I'm well capable of getting my people information. I ain't the only person. Please, nobody take that. Because see, they'll take that wrong way. He said he the only one. Your mama. I never said that. I never said that. I'm not a fool. I know how these people work. That's why you need people with a little age and time who watch these people know how they work. They've always planted people among us. Yep. That's how they get it. That's how they always destroy our cause. Every time. They always plant people among you. They got to be able to keep up with you. They didn't know what your thoughts, what your ideas, what aspiration you got. As long as you talking about, we just want to pray and love the Lord, we ain't got to worry about them. That when we start talking about we need more, we need to control schools, we need to put people in the government. When you start putting people in government handle funding. People in government handle shutting down organization or creating organization. I can't afford to have you doing that. Niggas shouldn't even be talking like that. Niggas need to be talking about picking the candidate I gave them. They're going to need to be talking about, no, well, we're going to take Gavin and we're going to groom Gavin and teach Gavin what our customs are and what we need. And Gavin will be the person that we're going to put in and make him electable. So Gavin will be the person that we're going to use that get inside the inner sanction. And Gavin can go in and start fighting, make sure issues when they come in and they say, yeah, you know, we need to do this because, you know, the Chinese need that. He said, yeah, that's true. He said, but people of color need stuff too. I'm here to make sure, put in my end, just make sure we all properly represented. The Indian people, they gonna get $400-something million. He said, yeah, it's a lot of people of color that been affected too by opioids, so we need to make sure they get $400 million too to them.
Right, right, right.
But when you have no representation and all you're doing is running your little ass around here in these concerts and playing around, you down little seminar for $59 and everyone think you're gonna get somewhere, you need to get people in here so you can get representation. Right. See, this is your problem, and it should have been a problem. You shouldn't be paying taxes because the common cause was no representation, no taxation. Right. You've been taxed, but you don't have representation. Nobody of color should have been paid. Now I demand that every damn dollar be given back. Right. If I've never had representation, you should have never taxed me. That's Most of these people don't even know that.
That's right.
How far am I out, Chris?
Spot on.
You cannot be taxed if you're not being represented. That's why your government take it. I have a government that's supposed to protect me. How my ass on this ground get choked out? And I keep saying I can't breathe on tape. Where's my government?
That's right.
Give my damn tax money.
Yes, sir.
See, you got to teach our people conversation. See, most folks, they nigga marching with a damn sign. Know what your cause is. Yeah. Keep your shoe. I'll take it up here, but you can wear house shoes. We don't need all that shit. You got to be walking around no circle, you get dizzy. Yeah. Hell, I got time to be walking around the circle. You don't get nowhere in no circle, do you? Nope. And I ain't walking no circle. I'm walking a straight line.
Yes, sir.
I'm walking straight to the people, let them know this is where we at. We done talked about, we'll met on. We ain't have no other conversation than this. This is what it is. Folks are looking at the test and say, they show damn serious. Real damn serious.
Yes, sir.
This is how we'll be moving. That's it. And that's how we'll start moving. Everybody be responsible to make sure he hold his end up.
Yes, sir.
Every time we see each other, we'll have accountability. My brother, how you doing, my brother? You holding your end up, right? Every time we meet one, just making sure, how you doing, my brother? You holding your end up, right? Make sure everybody account. Don't let no brother just come up. Just walk past. Just go. Yeah, sit on top of the. Hey, wait, what's up? Hey, my brother. You doing all right, man?
Yes, sir.
You holding your end up, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm holding mine up.
Yes, sir.
Make sure every man held accountable. We can't. He ain't gonna hurt to get that 15-second of fame. But just said we need to hold our people accountable. We can't afford to let another man walk by and make he not holding his end up. If he don't know, I need to educate him on it.
Right.
Take that time. He said, when you ask me, I'm just curious. Well, I want to. When you say hold my end up, so we got to put a protocol. We got to put a play card out here. We got to get every man a script. Give every man a script so he know. Look, go over this. I need you to look over this. I need to go over there. Like doing school. This is your assignment. Take one, pass it down. Take one, pass it down. We got to do it. If every man know, then you can hold him responsible. He don't know. I can't hold him responsible.
That's right.
If every man got a voice and got an opinion, then he wants to play a part. Because my opinion is valid. You know what I'm saying? You value my opinion. I have a part in it. So I want to defend. That's my same like. I care about that. When you just tell nigga, this is what we going to be doing. Wrong person. Y'all going to do that. I ain't interested. Don't talk to me like that. Don't tell me. Ask me and make sure that's where I'm at. Y'all know what I'm saying?
Right.
Every man, every woman needs, and every sister needs to hold our sister. We need to be able to talk to our sisters. How you doing? No, not talk to, how you doing? Not, hey, ho, what's up? No. How you doing, my sister? And you got to say, cool, how you doing? So you doing all right, Miss Lady? Or how you doing, ma'am? How you doing, sir? We need to teach them. All that going to be on our protocol. When you meet an elderly man, what you say? How you doing, sir?
Right.
We'll speak. They say, speak when you're spoken to. You initiate. They might have seen you. You might have seen them before they seen you. How you doing, sir? Doing all right today, ma'am? That's good. We keep all the disrespect off the table. Right. Who ready to fight somebody that walk out, how you doing, sir? How you doing, man? When a fight broke out from that?
Never happened.
Hey, no, I'm doing fine. How about yourself? Right. That dropped the alert. See, right now how we going, we waiting. It's finna be a fight. They set us where we on alert to hurt each other more than help each other. So we gotta educate our people on conversation, how to deal with each other, how to do business, how to orchestrate things, and how to think, and stop letting them people give you thoughts. They give you thoughts of suicide. Everything people do, you get it from them. They teach you what's happened, what's unhappy. They teach you need somebody. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs to first learn how to need yourself. Now you tell that everybody needs somebody. But if I don't know how to fixate myself, I can't help nobody else. And nobody can help me. All you're going to do is get a broken person. And the first thing I need to first learn how to need myself, support myself, care about myself. So when I get another person, I got an addition, and I ain't picked up debt. I ain't picked up problems. I ain't picked up brokenness. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm stuck in hell, she broke. Because I didn't know, first of all, what I needed and where I'm at and how to be proficient. So that helps me when I look at somebody, I listen to conversation, I start keying in things off people's conversation. That's how quick I move. I pick up stuff off your conversation. Quick. I got to move this quick. You talking, I got to pick up this quick. I can't wait. I got to pick up this quick. Because I know where I'm at and I know where I've been, so I know how to pick up stuff real quick when people talking. They say, he moves up. I got to be on top of it. I can't afford to pick up nothing broken. You can't either. Y'all got it? Yes, sir. So we got to start identifying when you see your people hurt. Who don't see our people hurt? People don't know our people hurting. We going to $2,200 a month rent. The average person of color, quote unquote, has bad credit. Who can afford $2,200 rent a month? And bet with first last month, $175, $250 application fees. They priced you out. And it's racism, but you can't prove it. Because they're racism. Nigga, go here and sit down. Racist. So he got me. I can't say that. I do other things to him that he can't catch. Because the whole, did he use the N-word?
No.
Did he call you nigga? Did he say you can't? His credit. I made the nigga like so much stuff, he got so much stuff, and can't pay for it. Racism. Let me tell you what these folks do, okay? Okay. What banks, real lending institutions do. Even subprime. Remember, what is a sub? Anybody tell you subprime, I think it's always below, okay? Sub, think. These folks, you heard subprime, and prime, what is a prime rib? Cheaper piece of meat? Best. I call it subprime, which means it's below the premium. See, but what part you knew? Prime. I ain't thinking about no sub. I'm thinking prime. So I caught you up in wordplay. That's how I beat you up. When they pull your credit, this also they look. When they pull your credit, see your credit. You go pull your credit. That's what people do. Go pull your credit, see what you got. I'm telling you a secret. Everyone do this is dumb. Okay, this is why it's dumb. The credit you pull is not the same thing I'm getting.
Nope.
Most people don't know that. You pulled your credit is 758. Not when I pull it, because I look at it differently. They didn't teach us nothing. I'm on experience. I get my credit. You just know you ain't in the fire. When they pull your, listen, when a car manufacturer come to pull your credit, it's not the same. A house pulls 3. Your house credit ain't the same thing for a car. Most of these folks don't know. How many of y'all didn't know that? That's why you pay me. Give me money. You don't know this. You give your ass online, and your ass online. When they pull your credit, it's not the same. They see something different. Also, they see your debt.
Yes, sir.
Debt to ratio. Your debt to income hurts you, which means before you fail, you know how you wind up getting these bankruptcy? How many of y'all don't know how you get them, do you? And why the court's ruling in your favor? Because they know they asked the one did this. They know they asked the one did this.
Yep.
Your creditor who asked this, who show up here arguing to fight to keep you in it, they know they asked did. That's why they're letting you walk.
Yep.
Because they know everybody saw this. We saw this coming. You were supposed to stop him. I had a credit card before. I built the house. The bank loan was $998,000. How paid 1.1 million. So that failed. Let me tell you my credit card. They hit me. They start sending me a letter. They said all your balances are dropping. When they dropped my balances, that hurt me because I already knew to stay under 50%. So you keep credit cards, you want to stay low on them. You want to keep them to 35. This is how they work. You can't close them. I tie your hands. You can't close. You close it, that's bad. If you get over 50%, that's bad. Now, if you don't use them, it become bad. Because now I want to close them. I'm gonna see if I see your letter say, you Daniel have not used the credit card, so I said, and I decided to close the card. You said, I don't give a damn. I don't use the card. You better, because you dropped your credit score, and they set you up to make you look bad. The other folks start put it. See your credit card. All y'all they got them. They don't just look at your stuff every time you do it. They keep up with your stuff.
Yes, sir.
They're keeping up with that card. They're keeping up with everything you got, watching to see your debt load.
Yep.
They're watching you to see when we need to cut you, when we need to go, or when we need to go ahead and cancel you out of business. See, if you don't educate our people properly, you're going to crash every time.
Yes, sir.
They keep an eye on you. All this stuff, all these groups coming on, you ain't black, you ain't this, you stand on your corner, none of these niggas teach you how to use nothing to keep it. They don't know how. They too damn busy trying to scam somebody. Why I told y'all, oh, see, you got to know how to scam their ass and don't pay them. No, you got to learn how to take stuff, what to use and when to stay back. Because once you get these credit cards, now they'll stuck you for life. Yep. So you just gonna get them and don't use that stuff. I need to start using them, I'm going to shut you down. Because I need to keep you, I done pimped you into a game now where you need to go charge something. So every blue moon, you might go charge like a pair of socks or something and then pay it off and leave it alone.
Yeah. Right.
First thing they ass going down, $500, because preacher said, I never said that. Just enough to keep the card on, because now when you close the card, it's going to hurt you, and you got to wait too long before that falls off your credit to get your credit back. So you constantly losing the credit scam game. It's a scam. Yeah. Credit is a scam. So you got to learn how to operate when you're dealing with credit. They're like, just keep getting caught. No, keep playing them damn cards. They're going to trap you in them cards. Them cards come make a trap you. Them cards can hurt you and don't even use them.
Yes, sir.
Because every time I drop your balance down, they hurt you. It reports in. I'm Citibank. I just cut your card. You had a $5,000. I just cut it to $2,500. That damn thing just hurt you. Yes, you ain't got none of that. Because everybody looking saying, what the hell Naja done did when they cut her card to $20,000? You know what? Send her ass a letter. Cut it down. Cut it. Now all your cards start sending you letter, cutting you down. Now you look bad. You need to go get a car. You trying to get a house. Nah, but I ain't got none on my credit. Yeah, you better go back and check again, because what I see is different than what you see. Yeah. Note that if you get the same thing they get by, them at your credit. Why they can't never give you a copy of your credit report when they put it?
That's right.
Cause all of them here, they on creditkarma.com. You there last? Oh yeah, no. I got the experiment thing. I pay for mine. Tell them people that pull your credit to give you what they got. You should see the same thing, because you don't see what they see. And you know what they let them know? They can't. They'll tell you by law I can't give it to you. It's your credit. Why shouldn't I give it to you? Because then you'll know what I know about you. All you know about you is what you know. I know something else about you. I know. I know we getting ready to fold your ass up in here. I'm trying to educate y'all. But see, the other preachers, I'm gonna teach. Listen, make no mistake. My boss gonna let me go back here. He'll let me do my job. Make no mistake. But he also my people need to be educated. Because along with this, you need to take this and learn how to take both of them in conjunction and learn how to live out here. Okay? Run your ass on, take this, and don't know nothing, your ass gonna fail. And none of these Bible verses are gonna teach you this when you get out here, okay? You got to learn how to live when you get out here. When Dawood found it, they killed Shaul, what he told them? Take them to what Bible verse and teach them Jesus wept. Somebody getting killed, they need to know about Jesus wept. He said, you need to know how to use a bow. Now, your ass is getting slaughtered out here in the credit world. Your ass is getting slaughtered out here in the market, in the job market. I need to teach you how to weaponize so you can survive out here mentally. All right, I got to move on. Let's see what my boss got to say about it. I had to do it myself. See, you got to be multicultural. You know what they call it? Ambidextrous. What I got to? Huh? I got to be all that. Multicultural, superfluid. Superfluid. I got to be more than necessary. I got to do my own noise. 15 and 4. Let's see where we're going with this. I appreciate y'all time.
Yes, sir.
I know. I mean, it's a lot. I hard people. I love people. I do. I love people. Especially when people got, a heart that want to do the right thing. That's definitely something that means a lot to me, see people make a change. And I impact a lot of people, one way or the other, whether I piss you off or whether, people say, he asked something to me. I appreciate the guy. He real. I appreciate the information, the knowledge. And I appreciate people for listening because, you got to be saying something to get people to listen. And I appreciate you guys. I fuss at you, and I won't make no apologize for fussing at either one. Have anybody ever fussed at them by chance? One or two of y'all? I don't apologize because I hug you. If it helped you to be a better person, I meant it because I care. And you might take it, in a negative aspect, but it's because I want to see better and I want to push you to your full potential. Because you don't want to get to. I hear people say, I'm older now. Me and that Castle Top, he was talking. He said, preacher, I listen to what you're saying. He said, I'm older now. I can't do what I could have done if I was young. I do it. And a lot of us look back over things now and you consider, we wasted a lot of time in life just doing nothing. And now you realize you're getting this understanding. You realize I got to look at things a lot differently. You know what I'm saying? I can't afford to waste the time or be behind. So when I talk to y'all young people, I try to address y'all and I make it personal because I want you to know you got a stake in this. You have a part to play in your future, whether it's for your betterment or for your fall. Take things in stride in life that you get and things you see your parents do or things you learn from them or things you just see people in life. And you got to try to make sure you put your footprint in. You could be somebody to come here and leave a footprint and get washed away and do nothing, or you can leave a footprint that somebody can come and follow that same pattern and do something. All the things that you don't like in life, just make sure you don't duplicate them. Don't duplicate them. Do something different. Y'all got it? Have that mind. You got to be the person to build yourself up and set yourself. And no opposition going to come because of who you are and because of how you connect to things in life and other people look at you, affect them. Because if you can prove out and you can get other people to see that you really have an identity and your identity and your history is longer and stronger and existing than other races that him, I mean, that's going to affect a lot of people. But you got to have confidence in yourself. You got to learn how to read things and look at the authors and pay attention to things like I do. Who wrote this? Who wrote that? And one thing that kind of inspired me that I remember when and I told y'all before when they had Cassius Clay. I won't call him Muhammad Ali because you saying Ali, you saying that's my Elohim. So I won't call him man Ali. I call Elohim Ali to that, anyway, that reference. They showed him a video where they had gone, this in the 70s, early 70s, where they had taken a dead man, Rocky Marciano and Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, put him in a ring and let him fight. And it looked so real. I remember my first see it, I said, I don't remember Cassius fighting, at the time I said Muhammad, I said, I don't remember him fighting I said, I don't remember him fighting Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano was dead. I'm looking at these two real, they ain't him fight. I'm saying, and they show Ali go down, got up, Muhammad, saw him go down and get up and different again. And the machine scored the fight. No judges, the machine. And the machine got through, the machine scored that Rocky Marciano beat Muhammad. And they had him on the show, they asked him about it. They said, well, they did it, put you and him in the ring, because they were considered two of the greatest fighters. All time. So they put y'all in the ring and everything, and the machine had Rocky Marciano beating you. He said, who machine is it? He says, a white man machine. Who you think it was gonna gonna win? They put that film just came out a few years ago. They shut it down. He told him. He said, who machine is it? He says, a white man machine. Who you think it was gonna say won? They said, now he done went racist. He was just, how machine gonna show me? Because they said, based on your, okay. Let me borrow you for a second. My technique is going to be different based off your height. Am I correct? I'm not going to fight a short man to say when I'm going to fight a fighter. So you can't go with, typically he fight like this. Marciano is shorter.
Right. Right.
You can't calculate that because you're going to train different based off the fighter.
Right.
Are you a person that you're an aggressor, or you somebody going to let me take you back? All that make a difference. You're going to take a machine taking off a fight where I might have been dancing back on somebody else because this is, but I ain't going to dance back on you. I'm coming to you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a machine going to grade it, and they're going to say, sure, everybody, that means Rocky Marciano is better than Cassius. That's how white people beat you. And white folk felt like, oh, he not right. He said, that makes no sense. He told me a lot of these people you got, he said, he couldn't beat me. He said, George, what's the other one? Joe Louis. They said Joe Louis would beat him. He said, Joe Louis would not have beat me. He said, Joe Louis was a white man champion. He couldn't have beat me. He said, Joe was flat-footed. I said, he said, he flat. Don't get me. Joe's a great fighter, but by the time Cassius come along, styles change. Younger fighters studied these guys. The same way Tyson studied Jack Johnson, he studied all these guys. Fighters are going to study them. You're going to study your opponents. And you're going to look at that style not going to work with them. They're like Joe Frazier. You try, you want to, that done freight train is coming for you. Whatever you got in your mind, you better change it. He going to change your mind. Mama be backing him up. No, you not. That freight train, they called him Smoking Joe before he didn't. He smoked, he coming forward the whole time. Muhammad Ali, well, I'm sorry, but Cassius learned. That man, listen, man, that was a fighter. He gonna fight to the end, to the death. He blood claw. That's gonna be it. I think they got through. They said the closest 2 men ever been to death. Both of them had to go to the hospital and they got finished. Can you imagine 2 fighters? Both of them had to go to the hospital. He couldn't get him to go down. One time he told me he kept talking to him. Tell him, said go down. Said Allah had commanded it. He told him. He said Allah. He kept talking that stuff. Shh. I think I want to say me correct now. If I'm correct, Joe told him that he can kiss his ass or something like that. Yeah, Joe told him something, he can kiss his ass. He wasn't worried about that stuff. He was fighting in Jesus' name. It didn't work out. Yeah, it didn't matter. I mean, that's how it was. You were fighting, man, and he could talk more people out of it. Man, no, Smoking Joe, man, that's not working with me. I'm not going. He kept saying, got to go. Allah has a deal. Like, no, that's not working. I'm not going down. He lost that fight. So I'm saying you can talk a lot of people out of it, but some people are mentally where they set to where that don't work. That's how you got to be in that fight that we're in for your salvation and for us establish ourselves as a nation. You can't let them talk you out of it. That's why I told you got to go over all these protocols, because everything I'm telling you, they're going to use it on you. Now, y'all might not be able to do it at my time. They'll wipe me out. They'll do that. They know to get him out the way. Typically, when you cut the head off, what the body do? That's why you got to have other heads come up. Why you think white folks start showing you 2-head snake? Because you already taught, wasn't it? Cut the head off. That's why you need a 2-head snake. All right, sleep on that. All right, listen.
For whatever Nikata before.
Whatever written before.
Nikata to Lamidas.
It was written to teach us, to show us, to instruct us.
So that through endurance and through the Nakum of the Ketuvim, we might have Tikva.
How we'll cross this? How we'll look at this? Guess I'm just kind of thinking about something. Let's look at something. 13th chapter of the book of Aleph Mal Akim. They'll call it 1 Kings. Aleph, which is stand for first. Mal Akim was for king, which is an emperor. 13:1. See now, this, and while we're looking at this book, while we're talking, what's fascinating to know the terminology. Mal Akim means emperors. A Malak is an emperor. Singular person. We're talking about, and the reason why we're going back through this, looking at this first, just by chance looking, because of the name of the book, this is how emperors actually rule. See, this is what you don't realize. They typically look at things in dynasties. See, they'll still go back and denote that now. They look at dynasty, how long family period. When you go back and look at the Greeks, rule period, fight period during the Punic War, or whenever people fight, those are considered dynasties. I think they'll call it like dynext is the shorted word they'll use, referring over, denoting over to dynasty, which means the time period when family, you look at like the Chinese culture, they'll tell you in the Ming dynasty. You hear those terminology. That means in the fourth dynasty, the Ming dynasty, they'll let you know, so it lets you know how long period of time that family ruled. So we go back and we look at this and they'll tell you this man ruled, they'll let you know typically when they come in, he was X amount of age and his mother such and such. So you need, I don't want to use chronicle because, they deal with chronos, Greek time, but we use Tuledath generation. So you start looking at where they seeded and where they proceeded out from. So you'll look at Daoud dynasty was a long period, but they don't denote it to that form. Because that's why they'll start letting you know such and such were born, his aim name, his mother name was such and such, and then they'll let you maybe father, they'll let you know about he was from Daoud, and they'll let you know off the rip, first out the rip, whether he did all the things of his father. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to establish a dynasty. We're trying to put ourselves back in the rule and set ourselves up where we'll continue to rule. These people got 100-year rule, 400-year rule, 150-year rule, 200-year rule. We don't have a rule. And we need to establish that. Y'all got it. That's why we got to start keeping up with these things about our Tuledath and different things so we can try to plant ourselves back. These people using Ancestry.com. I don't believe these crowd can take my spit and go all the way back nowhere. I don't believe it. There's too many people don't cross in between my spit. I don't know how these folks keep telling you that somebody race mix and all this and you still can come up and can't. I don't believe none of these people saying. I just don't believe it. It don't make sense because if you could, it wouldn't make sense that he'd have taught me about not mixing with people. Hello?
Yes, sir.
It wouldn't make sense. I know y'all believe it. You pay your money. They'll tell you what you want to hear. You pay enough money. It just don't make sense. Why would he tell me not to mix with nobody? It couldn't hurt me. My DNA still stayed the same. I still trace back to where I go because it doesn't. Why would he tell me not to cross-gender an animal? Because I can go and pull the origination of the animal back out. I can't do it. No more than I'm believing these crowd can take my spit and trace it all the way back over there. That makes absolutely no sense. Hell, they mess up crime scene. You think I'm believe that? I don't believe no stuff like that. I don't believe no, don't believe that. But I mean, that's where your mind said that you can try it. You talking about trying to trace somebody all the way back over there? How many slave masters been in between that? How many folks in here were bought by one slave master and on the stay with that slave master? That slave master slept with you. If you was a female or if you was a male, that slave master will sell you off to somebody else, and that slave master will put you with another quote unquote Negro bill with another. They kept up with you enough to make sure them tribes didn't even intermingle. Yep. Nobody even bought you by tribes. It was a purpose reason why you bought people from different tribes. Because I don't need y'all communicating, getting along.
That's right.
And where did they get that from? That's right, from Babel. Made sense because he's what they learned. When everybody had different language, they couldn't communicate. So what you did, you bought slaves based up. That's why, listen, they got your paperwork showing where I bought you, what ship came on, what ship sailed, and what ports it came in. They got the ports it left from and the ports it went to, and they got what they would call Africa. They got how many they loaded. You got to have a manifest. That's amazing. That's amazing. I did this. First of all, they always did manifest.
Always. Always.
You always do a manifest. Oh, you got to have. You get stopped in the water, you got to have a manifest showing what you got.
You got to have.
Coast Guard, that's not new. They always. Look, can I see your manifest? I need to see everything that's on this ship. How many you got? They got to deal with weight.
That's right.
Don't y'all know these people loaded? These folks weren't stupid. You put too much, it sinks.
Yep.
Why y'all think they were throwing people overseas? They were throwing them overboard. They were sick. They were too heavy. So they started learning how many people you could take. You had to learn how to stack them, the whole line, just like you do cars. You just can't have no loose freight laying around. If it got wheels, I got to strap it to the board. Otherwise, that thing start rolling when the ship get rough.
That's right.
Come on, folks. Y'all got to think. This was not something that just jumped out of a whim. This was long preparation and plan. And your books played a part. The same thing we're using to help you is the same thing that got you here. He knew your books. He knew I put y'all together. Y'all can't communicate. There's no way y'all can build and get out of him. That's why you couldn't get out. The only way he saw for you to get out is that they used you to help them beat some people they couldn't beat. Yep. The South has always been stronger than the North. Now, Northerners are going to tell a lie. They're going to tell a lie. The South has always been stronger than the North. They've never been able to beat the North. I mean, the North has never been able to beat the South. We beat them out in that industry production. They can tell lies to themselves. Ask them why they had to promise black people freedom to help them fight if they were winning. You do that because you're losing. Same way Ukraine taking prisoners out of jail and using them to fight because you were losing. The South had always beat the North. Y'all need to know that. That's why you had to promise them slaves. You had to promise freedom to slavery or to slaves in order to get them to help you because you were losing.
That's right.
Now they tell the story like the North came in, they beat the South. Why y'all think the South, and we didn't know in ignorant, they always ride around when the white boy said, South gonna do what? Lose again.
Rise again.
Because they know they beat them. And then we be looking at them all the time. You know what's bad? How many of y'all do watch Beverly Hillbillies? Who Granny was for?
Confederate.
She was always for the Confederate. She's always trying to tell you they won. And folks be looking at her, what's she talking about? They lost because they tried to love them. No, they knew white people watched it, knew what she was saying. We looking at a TV show, it's funny. She was always pushing them Robert E. Lee and all of them. She was a Robert Lee fan. They kind of told her that the South won. And she kept her gun ready. You remember that? Cap, you remember watching that? She would keep her gun ready, wasn't it? And guess what we found out over them white boys? They keep their guns ready.
Yes, sir.
See, they can let you watch a comedy. They can wait, well, no. Keep your gun ready because we rising again.
Yep.
Know that they didn't have no problem finding them flags
Nope. They didn't.
because they never got rid of them. They won. The North only promise you, like they do tell you lies, like they tell lies now when they come down here. Did way more than they ever done in life with their mouth and tell you lies and don't never deliver. And that's how they beat you, put you there, and you were still stuck. And you stuck today. That's why you need to know your history. You need to know what kind of agreements you need to make. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
All right, just trying to put that out there. Let's look at this right quick. Let's see where you got me going. Listen, 13:1, Mal-Akim, 13th chapter. Listen.
Now behold, there came an Ish of Elohim from Yehuda to Bethel by the Debar of Yahuwah, while Jeroboam was standing by the altar to burn incense. He sayak against the altar by the Debar of Yahuwah and said, O altar, thus saith Yahuwah, behold, a being shall be born to the Beth of Daud, his Shem, Yahu, and on you he shall sacrifice the Kohanim of the high places who burn incense on you, and unashamed bones shall be burned on you. Then he gave an ox on thee that Yun, saying, This is the ox which Yahuwah has spoken. Behold, the altar shall be split apart, and the ashes which are on it shall be poured out. And it came to pass, when the Malach Shammah the saying of the Ish of Elohim, which he sayak against the altar in Bethel, Jeroboam stretched out his hand from the altar, saying, Seize him. And his hand which he stretched out against him dried up, so that he could not pull it back to him. The altar also was split apart, and the ashes were poured out from the altar, according to the ox which the Ish of Elohim had given by the Debar of Yahuwah. The Malach answered and said to the Ish of Elohim, Please entreat in the presence of Yahuwah, your Elohim, your all, and Palav for me, that my hand may be restored to me. So the Ish of Elohim entreated in the presence of Yahuwah. Then the Malach said to the Ish of Elohim, Come to the Beth with me and refresh yourself.
Hold on.
Did I?
Go back up. And the Malach hand was restored to him?
And Malach's hand was restored to him, and it became as it was before. Then the Malach said to the Ish of Elohim, Come to the Beth with me and refresh yourself, and I shall give you a reward. But the Ish of Elohim said to the Malach, If you would give me half of your Beth, I would not go with you, nor would I eat lakam, nor drink ma'im in this Malkum. For so it was amar me by the Debar of Yahuwah, saying, Ye shall not eat no lakam, nor drink ma'im, nor return by the Darak which you came. So he went on another Darak, and did not return by the Darak in which he came by it to Bethel. Now an old Nabi was living in Bethel, and his Banim came and told him of all the deeds which the Ish of Elohim had done that Yun in Bethel, the Dabarim which he had spoken to the Malach. Also they told them to their Abba. Their Abba said to them, What Darak did he go? Now his Bani had seen the Darak which the Ish of Elohim, who came from Yehuda, had gone. Then he said to his Beni, saddle the donkey for me. So they saddled the donkey for him, and he rode away on it. So he went after the Ish of Elohim and found him sitting under an oak. And he said to him, are you the Ish of Elohim who came from Yehuda? And he said, I am.
He said, that's what I am. What happened?
Then he said to him, come to the Beth with me and eat lakam. And he said, I cannot return with you, nor go with you, nor shall I eat lakam, nor drink ma'im with you in this Malkum.
What happened?
For a debar came to me by the debar of Yahuwah. You should not eat no lakam, nor drink ma'im there. Do not return by going in the darak, which you came by it. He said to him, I also am a Nabi like you. And a Malaki spoke to me by the debar of Yahuwah, saying, bring him back with you to your Beth, that he may eat lakam and drink ma'im. But he kazab to him.
He lied to him. What happened?
So he went back with him and ate lakam in his Beth and drank ma'im. Now it came about, as they were sitting down at the table, that the debar of Yahuwah came to the Nabi, which had brought him back. And he sayah to the Ish of Elohim, who came from Yehuda, saying, thus says Yahuwah, because you have disobeyed the command of Yahuwah and have not observed the commandment which Yahuwah, your all, commanded you, but have returned and eaten lakam and drink ma'im in the malkum, of which he said to you, eat no lakam nor drink ma'im, and your carcass shall not come to the cabal of your abode. And it came about after he had eaten lakam and after he had drunk that he saddled the donkey for him, for the Nabi whom he had brought back. Now when he had gone, an Ari met him on the Darak and killed him, and his carcass was thrown on the road with the donkey standing beside it. The Ari also was standing beside the carcass.
Now, the reason why, now I'm going to this, looking at this, is things I want y'all to consider. Sometimes we can find ourselves walking in and doing, but not in completeness. Okay? Talmud, which is interesting, we learn about incompleteness. Sometimes what we'll do some and not all. Just as reference, look at 23 of the book of Mattheyahu. 23 and 23. Listen.
Woe to you, the scribes and the Parashim, hypocrites, for you tithe the mint and the dill and the cumin, but neglect the weighty things in the Torah, tzedakah, kindness, and amunah. And these things are necessary for you to do, and not to neglect those also.
So he said it was necessary. They were doing part, but not all. What we're trying to make sure that we get ourselves to a point that we don't find ourselves in error. Everything that Yahuwah gave us was very detailed. And it's detailed for a reason, to make sure that there be no mistake. When you give people instructions sometimes and you don't give them and it's not detailed, they'll tend to leave something out or to overdo something. And typically how they gave us Christianity, it left so much room that we didn't actually know how much of something we should do. And a lot of times we had done a little more than we should have done, which put us in violation. Or sometimes he did tell us to be not overly. Wow. So what would keep me from being overly righteous? I gotta know exactly what the rule is. I just can't take chance. If I follow the rule exactly as a mandate, it keeps me from being overly righteous. Then he told me not to be overly wicked. Why? So both of them told me why it caused me to die before time. So I want to try to make sure I'm mindful when we follow him, just like what he told him not to do. Not only was he not supposed to go in and eat bread and not supposed to drink there, he was not supposed to return the way he came. So all these things were essential to him making sure he followed protocol. It had been recorded more than one time when he had Mushada come up to the top of the heart. He said, see that thou do it. What, see that thou do what? All what? Then how? So what did Mushada see from him? What did Mushada give him that he didn't see him do? Then I got chance for error. Chance for error is because you don't know. If I see you to do something, you need to know how to do it. That lessens the margin of error. Now, a couple of things that we look at as well with that is looking at people, how they try to work to persuade you, okay? Let's see if that's the 23rd chapter, book of Yirmiyahu. 23, see if it's 15. I'm gonna read down. They can call it Jeremiah, but it's Yirmiyahu, which is Yahuwah will be exalted. Yarum. Let's see. Listen.
Therefore, thus says Yahuwah of Sabaoth
Concerning who?
the Nabaim, behold, I shall feed them wormwood and make them drink poisonous Ma'im. For from the Nabaim of Jerusalem, pollution has gone forth into all the Iraq. Thus says Yahuwah of Sabaoth, do not shama to their Dabarim, to the Dabarim of the Nabaim, who are Nabur to you. They who Naba to you, they make you become vain. They speak a kazun of their law, not from the paw of Yahuwah.
Listen.
They keep saying to those who despise me, Yahuwah has said, you shall have shalom. And as for everyone who halak in the stubbornness of his own law, they say calamity shall not come upon you.
So now, what would be the purpose of that? See, people have a conscience. The bar was our conscience. Before, they'll try to tell you, these are problems you have with Christian religion. They'll come up with scientific terminologies or convenient terminology for what state man was in. In the beginning, they'll call that innocence when they was in the garden. They'll tell you that after they ate, they fell into consciousness. They'll tell you from now that man rules, so you went into human government. Then they'll tell you ran into the law, and then you came into grace. They'll try to tell you in the 6 dispensations, and then it's a 7 dispensation. All this stuff is completely ignorant because they had law in the garden. That makes no sense. He told them not to eat of the ox. The day you eat of it, what is that? That's commandment and law and judgment. So how do you tell me, man, they were innocent in the garden? They weren't. They were innocent until they ate. Because you're not guilty until you break a law. But that does not mean a law was not imputed. But because it sounds good, you sound educated, sound studied and profound, you're just an asshole.
That's right.
Because that makes no sense.
Right.
Man has always had law. He's never given man when he bara created, he gave law. The Shemash knew how long he had to stay up there until the darkness comes.
That's right.
When Kashak come, you leave.
That's right.
When Kashak, when the oil come to light, Kashak knew to leave. Those were laws.
Yes, sir.
Those are law. It's a violation when they're not done. Everything has a certain order that he gave it, and man needed to learn when he put things down. Everything had an order. When he told the grass to come forth, and he wanted to continue to do it, what did he want to do? What was the terminology he used? I can't hear you. What? Replenish. Said so the grass can grow trees. That's it. So that was to teach man that everything had an order and it stayed with the same order. Y'all got it? Trees don't grow bushes. Trees seed out fruit and they can grow and they can produce other trees. They can't do bushes. Okay, everything stayed a certain order, and he wanted man to see. When he put him down, I have order, and I want you to come in and make sure this order is still regulated. So man need to understand when he put the man to go give the word, I gave you him, put him to put order. And I want you to eat, because you know what happened with this whole thing of coming down, sitting and eating and drinking and doing it? Because you heard this before. Let's say that 1 Corinthians right quick. 1 Corinthians 5 and 9. Let's see what it say. 1 Corinthians chapter, not 1 Corinthians. Second. Yeah, 1 Corinthians, I'm sorry. 1 Corinthians. See 5 and 7. Well, make it 5 and 1. Can't be 7, you ain't never been 1. Let's see. Listen.
The call is Shama in every Malkum, that there is prostitution among you, and prostitution that is not like among the Goyim, until the one takes his Abba Ashah.
Talking about the Zanu. So one of them took his father wife. Christianity, we had a harder time trying to figure how was he calling adultery fornication, but he's talking about Zanu. And they saying that man even take his father's wife. Come on.
You have been boasted under that which you shall grieve to remove from your midst. Do this deed. For I, indeed, as absent from you in my basar, but present in Ruach, have already mashpah, as though I were running out against the Ish who did this debar. In the Shem of our Adon, Yahushua HaMashiach, when you are gathered together, and I am with you, my Ruach, with the power of our Adon, Yahushua HaMashiach,
Do what?
to deliver such a one over to Satan for the destruction of the Basar, so that the Ruach may be saved in the Yom of the Adon, Yahushua.
Come on.
Your boasting is not true. Do you not know that a little leaven leavens the whole lump?
So let me ask y'all a question. What was he referencing now to get them to understand? Hand? In order to get them to understand the consequences of what they were doing and the violation, he wound up tying it into what we call masut bread, which is unleavened bread. What we taught customarily during this time. It was supposed to be none found among you. There was supposed to be none in your quarters. Absolutely none. And the reason you were taught that because it was teach you the same thing about behaviors of kataim, sin. It wasn't supposed to be found among you. So that's why he would reference it back. And any little bit of leaven put you in a whole violation. He said, I had some leaven. It wasn't much. It was just a little bit was a lot. Because it was supposed to be, if he said no, I'm supposed to be found, you'll say a little bit in one night. People say, I want to eat the sandwich. Not the whole sandwich. What are you trying to do?
Justify what you did.
Justify it wasn't to a large measure. But he's saying, no, you're not. That a little leaven makes the whole lump. It'll change. Any leaven inside of bread, unleavened, it's going to make it get right. It's going to make it right. So he said it's the same thing when you commit kata. Don't try to make it as though it's a small one and a big one. It wasn't as much. So he had to reference it over to something they knew. A little leaven leavened the whole lump. A little sin would mess up the whole body. Okay? All right, come on.
Purge out the old leaven,
For what reason?
so that you are a new lump.
See, that's what he just told him. He just told about delivering such a one over to say, by getting rid of it. Getting rid of those behavior, getting rid of those attributes. That's what he did. What you had to do when you had, in order to keep masut bread, what do you had to do? I can't hear y'all. You had to get all the leaven out. And one of you had to get it out. That's the only way you can keep masut bread. You had to get it out. So the only way you can be saved is to do what? You can't get out something you don't have. You got what I'm saying? You had to get it out. And then for a period of time. That none was supposed to be found in the 7-day dwelling. So now we're extending it out. Now he's taking it now from the leaven that we kept in the house and looking at how it can change. That bread ain't the same, a flat bread ain't the same as a bread with yeast in it. They're not the same. And that's what you're trying to tell when a person commits sin, you're trying to say they're the same as a person that don't commit sin. Now you ain't no better than me. It's a difference. It's a major difference. Flat bread and regular bread, it's hard to tell them apart. That's what he said about a man that commit kata. Okay? Let's finish listening.
Purge out the old leaven, so that you are a new lump, and the masut lakam for our Pesach that sacrificed also for us.
That's right.
For he is the Mashiach with us.
Listen.
Therefore, let us celebrate the Muhad, not with old leaven, nor with the leaven of malice and wickedness,
Yeah.
but with the masut lakam of sincerity and amat.
That's what I'm saying. Listen.
I wrote to you in a letter.
You did what now?
I wrote to you in a letter
What you want me to do?
that you should not mix with fornicators.
Come on.
And I did not mean with fornicators of the along,
Listen.
or with the greed of gain, and swindlers, and worshippers of idols.
What happened?
Since then you would need to go out of the along.
He said the only way I can get away from everybody that commit these acts, I had to leave the world. There's no way I cannot be around other people that do it. He said when I wrote that letter to do it, I was only talking about certain people. Let's see. Come on.
But I have katam this to you,
But you wrote to me what?
not to be mixed with anyone that is kara and ak, be a zanu, for a greedy ish of gain, or a worshiper of idols, or a reviler,
Can I ask you a question? What happened? What happened? Go ahead.
or a drunkard, or a swindler with such, not to eat with the ish who is like this.
Let me ask you a question. Now, who are the Isha Elohim supposed to be talking to? Anybody remember the guy? That's tight. They just read it. He was supposed to be talking to a Nabi, or he was a Nabi? Who was he supposed to be talking to?
The altar.
This is tight. That means you guys really don't pay attention. He was talking to Jeroboam concerning the altar, of which they put sacrifices on. He was told not to go back to his house to, what was it again? Eat, drink. Shaw, who just told you this? Where he get it from? Anybody that be a violator or an idol worshiper. That's why he cried against the altar. He was clearly told not to go back there to eat or drink. He said, I did not write to you concerning not to eat or drink with nobody else that was not somebody of us. I was talking about people that were us, because they supposed to know better. You supposed to bring them to shame.
Right.
But these people will manipulate you. They will manipulate you and pull you in, and what you think. We brothers, I ain't going to hold that against you. It ain't you holding against you. You're not keeping what he told you.
Mm-hmm.
He said, no such a one not to eat.
That's right.
You see why it makes sense? How did that make them feel with him sitting there eating? How bad was the issue? Really, how bad was it? Couldn't have been too bad. And it was a violation of Elohim Torah, and you knew better. Because you know what happened to us? I don't want my brother and my sister to feel bad. That's what he wanted to do. I want them to feel bad enough about it. Look at, I don't ever want to be excommunicated. That was the purpose of our captivity, him putting away and not responding to us. How was I going to realize it was so bad? Here I am in captivity because, let me say, lie, cheat, homosexual, whatever, just everything contrary. But then when I called on him, he faithful to answer. So how bad am I? Not too bad. So how about when I call, he don't answer? How about when I'm sick, he don't heal me? How about when I'm hungry, he don't feed me? Real bad. You don't piss your parent out there and whooped you and told you to go to bed without eating. They probably ain't that mad with you, huh? They pissed, don't even care if you eat. And get what? Steal your parent. Everybody been told that? Go to bed. You ain't eating that, go to bed. And you thinking. So is it hard when you look at Yahuwah said that he put you in that situation? He hate me. No, I want you to realize what you've done. You made me that angry with you. You violated with me that bad. I don't care about your welfare at this point. See, you need to understand that so you see where you at. Our parents did, and they still harmed us. But they needed you to realize the severity of what you committed. That's what he was doing. Don't go back there. Don't eat with him. Don't drink with him. No such a one not to eat. Because he'll feel like this is okay. This is something you can regularly do. I need him to know I'm against him. Warn him. Don't give him that. Don't give him room or space to think it's okay. These are the things we have to look at. We have to consider. A lot of times we have our own ideology when it comes down to how things ought to be done, but he has a rationale to do what he does. Y'all got it? And this is what Yahuwah was looking at. Let's go back to the book of Yirmiyahu. 23, when you left off at 17, 18. Yirmiyahu they call Jeremiah. Yirmiyahu. Did we read this already?
Yes, sir.
All right, verse 18. Listen.
But who has stood in the counsel of Yahuwah that he should see and Shammah his debar?
Uh-huh.
Who has given heed to his debar and Shammah?
And listen with the intent to do. Listen.
Behold, the storm of Yahuwah has gone forth in wrath, even a whirling tempest, it shall swirl down on the head of the Rosha.
See that? Come on.
The anger of Yahuwah shall not turn back until he has performed and until he carried out the purposes of his law. In the last Yamim you shall clearly understand it.
And you ain't gonna believe it. In the ninth chapter of the book of, you don't have to go to the book of Daniel, all they call Daniel, he told you that he understood about books, how long they were supposed to be there. In the last day, he understood it. He said, you shall consider it. He didn't tell us that at first. He said, I understood about the books that Yirmiyahu had wrote, that it was going to be 70 years going to be accomplished. Because Yahuwah had to accomplish what was in his law. And the reason why I'm telling you this, when things work against you, that's why it's to our benefit to be in tune with this man, to have an understanding of how things work. It's not just sitting and waiting until he accomplishes the thing he has in his law completed with us. So he has a completion time. When you commit something, then it's in his hands. Then now you got to sit here and you got to wait until he finished. Once he's done, that's when they're like they had storm. You sit there until they pass. That's the same thing you do with him. Sit till they pass. Learn how to sit. He even told them, sit and wait till they pass. So a lot of times we get presumptions, we start moving fast, and that's what happened when the bars were coming in. Other people try to come in and make people feel bad. Yahuwah said, don't worry about it. You ain't going to have to worry about it. Prophets come to town, they tell everybody something, make them feel good. They know people in the bad, they don't want people, I don't want you to feel bad, so I want to tell you something to make you feel good. He let them know, he said, I hadn't sent these people. They ran. He said, they hadn't stood in my counsel, yet they Nabal. He said, had they stood in my counsel and they had heard me, they'd have caused the people to turn. See, Yirmiyahu would have turned. Jeroboam would have turned. He done stretched for the hand, all their hand wrinkled, and the man done called it back. And man, listen, man, I sure appreciate it. Man, come, let's get something to eat. No. Can we just sit down and drink? No. Here I think it must be bad. So now I got to convince you to get you back here for my own conscience to try to feel good. And people will work you to do that. That's how important it is for us to pay attention and be a stickler for directions, for instruction. That's what they're giving to us. He told you what the book given for, right? It given for what? Correction. For what? For what? Reproof. What else? He said for rebuke. For what? For something taught. For what reason? How you gonna say that? How you gonna be perfect? You getting corrected? Let me ask you, what correction gonna do? Make me better. Get what we do? Yeah, I can't be perfect. I keep getting corrected. Why do I keep getting corrected? But how we think though? What we do? Man, I quit. Man, I get corrected too much. Why you get corrected too much? To get you well. I wouldn't necessarily say doing too much. It's to get you perfect. If you're not getting corrected, it's the detriment. Because it's coming to do that. Once you understand what is used and how it's used, what's the intent, then you don't faint when things happen. That's why he told you, neither faint when thou art rebuked. You faint because you don't understand why. Because whom he hard, he chased and he scourged. Every bit. That's why you had to see Yahushua get whipped. Remember he told you, he said, I'm the Ben Elohim. People were watching for that. Because I know my father, they were the sons of Elohim. And I remember he whipped them, he chasing them. Some watching this boy to see if he get whipped. And when they saw him get chased, and get what? It solidified. He'd have been Elohim. See, you need to know that. A lot of times we faint when things happen and feel like I'm wrong. You are wrong when you get corrected, but you're being corrected to get you right. He ain't getting you corrected to kill you. He correcting you to get you right. You got it? When you start to understand the premise, then you don't faint when things happen. We typically faint because we don't know. Nobody's told us. It's outside of a normal for us. Y'all got it? So this is how important it is for us to pay attention to things and pay attention to detail. Another thing that we look at while we come over here, because it's important for you to know a couple of things too. Let's see something. See if that's Barashit 2:16. Let's see something. How they gonna go? 2:16. All right. Go ahead.
Yahuwah Elohim Amar the Ish, saying, from any ox of the gun you may freely eat. But from the ox of knowledge of Tub and Rosha you should not eat from it. For in the yum that you eat from it, you shall surely moot.
Yeah, surely move. Okay.
Then Yahuwah Elohim said, It is not two for they each to be alone. I shall make a helper
Go
suited
to
for
3.
them.
Go to 3. Same book. 3. See that 3:17. Same book, Barashit. Listen.
Then to Adam he said, Because you have Shama to the call of your Ashah, and have eaten
voice.
from the ox, about which I amar you, saying,
Y'all hear what he said? Listen.
You shall not eat from it. All I is the Adumah because of you. In toil you shall eat of it, all the Yamim of your Cain.
Let me ask you something. And this is something that people need to know. This wouldn't have been the first time he heard this. You just heard a shorted version in the second one. The day he eat of it, he was going to surely die. This would not have been a surprise to him. It would have been something he'd have known. Same way you heard the Isha Elohim when he was told about not to eat or drink in him. He already knew what the consequences was. And see, it's dangerous to know the consequences and still go and do. It's very dangerous. It don't make sense for him not to know, and then you do. I mean, you said wrong, but I didn't know what was going to happen. I need to know exactly what's going to happen, to what extent, to what level. I got you detailed for a reason, because I'm telling you exactly what's going to happen. Just like when it came down to Ali, when he told him concerned about how he had given his house and how he had allowed all those things to happen. And he knew when he told him what was going to come against him, what did he say? First time I ever heard this. He already knew that what he told. He said, I told him I was going to do to his house. I told him I would have stabbed his house for a long, but now I'm going to cut his house out and it's going to end with him. And he knew. That's what he told me. This wasn't new to Adam. Listen what he told him.
And thorns and thistles shall grow for you, and you shall eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your pani you shall eat lakam, till you return to the Adumah, because from it you were taken, for you are dust, and to dust you shall return.
That's very interesting. 6 and 63, Yehukanan. I had that conversation with a couple of Akeem to tell them something because somebody sung something. And I told them a lot of things that y'all say, y'all kind of move and y'all go, y'all kind of feel good when you're saying it. But it's certain things y'all just need to understand when you do it. That'd be the difference. I'm a little more detailed than y'all are. Some of them here know it, they'll tell you. I'm detailed for certain things I say. Y'all will say things you won't really pay attention to what you say though. You ain't committing no qatar now. They looking nervy to death now. They ain't committing no qatar. It's just sometimes y'all will go, y'all will feel good because a line of rhyme and a hook it connects, so you just kind of roll with it. And that's kind of how it kind of go sometimes. Listen.
The Ruach gives Ka'id, but the Basar is of no benefit. The Dabarim.
That's 6 and 63. 62. Listen.
Even when you see the Ben of Ish going up to where he was there before.
Mm-hmm.
The Ruach gives Ka'id, but the Basar is of no benefit. The Dabarim that I have spoken to you are
What are
Ruach.
they? They are what
Are
now?
Ruach, and they are Ka'id.
That's how important it was when he was talking to them. They had to understand that. You know, he was telling them not to do certain things or do certain things. That's your life. That's your life. He's very detailed of what he had you to do. See, if you'll pay attention, we had people to do stuff, he was very detailed. You can't go back the same way you came. That's why when Yahushua would question, when it came down to Nicodemus, he wanted to know about him being a teacher. Because he was talking about a man going back in the womb. He couldn't understand how you come up with that conversation. See, when you were told to do certain things, even your cars are called, you went out of one gate, you were supposed to go out another one if you came in. Y'all don't never notice sometimes you'll go and build it, they'll tell you enter and exit. And there'll be two different doors. Where you think they get it from? Only two people went back the way they came. That's why he told Adam what he was. And he told Adam he was going back. He never told you that. He told Adam that. You going to the dust, that's not where you came from. You came from your mother's womb. Mm-hmm. He told Adam he was going back. That's why Yahushua told you, what if you saw me go back where I was before? Why would you pay attention to it? You're not supposed to. He's a stricter. You just have to pay attention. Nobody was. He even let them know when they went in one gate, you can't go back in that gate. You got a different one. See, to show you how they work, there was a reason why they slapped Yahusha blindfolded. They were going to catch him up. Which way did it go? It had to go a different way. Same thing when they slapped Mick Young. You remember they asked him, which way did it go? They wanted to see, we're going to say, did it go the same way it came? Hello? So all these things are just things we sat down and watch him to see how detailed he is about certain things. See, you didn't know why when he told them to come out Mizraim. You remember what he told them? You can't go back that way. That's why he was pissed with them. You were not to go back that way. It was always said, you can't go back the way you came. Even Shaul told you, what did he say about the things behind him? And doing what? And sliding backwards? We why forget them, I can't go back. See, if you don't get that detail in your walk, that's why you keep committing kata, because you keep leaving a way to go back. He made sure, that's why he was angry with him. There's no way you should have went back. You can't go back the way you came. Don't worry about it. I won't pay no attention either. That's two.